Military Broadcast Radio, the station that's giving veterans a voice.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
Think of all that time. Every wait in the winter. Think of all that time. Those hours no one else every sprint in the summer. Every wait in the winter. Every sacrifice. Early mornings on the levee. Late nights in the film room. Bus rides to playoff games. Every bump in the road. Every moment of ecstasy. Every moment of doubt. Years wondering, is it all worth it? It's all led to this. Man, I got this. It's a 60-minute drive for a 60-minute game. After all the miles we've traveled, we're almost there. After all the hours we've worked, one more can make us legends. After all that time, this is our time.
Seems like no nonsense guy. Like he's
re-emphasize that for the Saints fans out there on TikTok. Caveman, what did you just say?
The rebuild starts right now. Marshawn Lattimore's gone, so the defense, like we're not getting any better.
Looking to get into Smith. What a pass! That's game! Dewariel Smith with the game winner! Oh my goodness!
And that is why you have Aaron Fry pass the ball in.
A career year, and like you have you have the best quarterback in the league, arguably the best wide receiver in the league, and you've got the best edge rusher in terms of total sacks this season. And you're 4-7, and your playoff chances are hanging on by a thread.
As true as day is night, my friend. Death, taxes, and the Chicago Bears losing to the Green Bay Packers. It's what it is. It's what it's always going to be.
Let's make it interesting.
We're making it interesting. Come on. Give us the freaking moment. We'll take it.
Oh, no!
Oh, no.
Put him in there.
This knocked me off, though.
Who the heck is that guy?
Deflected good, help defense from the Warriors. Oh, what a pass! And Kuminga throws it down! This could be the pass of the year so far. You might watch every game the rest of the season in the NBA.
Mr. Announcer guy. So don't you go saying that you're never going to see that.
You're such a hater.
Military Broadcast Radio, the station that's giving veterans a voice.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
You are looking live at Military Broadcast Radio.
Hello.
Until the final whistle, we are live.
Good
back.
morning.
We are live, boys. What a weekend. My mom's in town, hanging out in the studio. We're going to watch the show. A lot of fun. It's always a good time when the moms are in town, bro.
Shout out
Well,
Jimmy's mom.
we got a action-packed show for you. We've got some Monday Night Football recap. We're going to go over all the news and notes in the NFL. Say goodbye to Kirk Cousins in Atlanta.
He's gone.
Penix Jr. now the starting quarterback. And they said coming into yesterday after the game against the Oakland Raiders or Las Vegas Raiders on Monday Night Football that they were going to evaluate Kirk Cousins. We're going to wait and see. We want him to play better. We just gave this guy $280 million and leveraged half the stadium, in Atlanta, Georgia to sign Kirk Cousins for some reason. And now he's no longer the starter. Congratulations, Penix. You are now the quarterback of the dumpster fire Atlanta Falcons.
I guess the Falcons knew what they were doing, taking a quarterback out there.
That wasn't such a bad pick, I guess, but.
And the owner was crushing during the draft day. The owner was crushing the GM. Like, what are we doing? Like, he was smart. Let's draft this guy.
He had a backup plan.
Raheem Morris won't be picking this high again. Remember they said that in the last season after they picked him.
That's right.
After they got Kirk Cousins. They won't be picking this high again.
I can pretty much guarantee you're going to be picking that high again in a very short.
Not this year. You're going to be in the teens with you got 6 wins already.
Do they have 7 wins?
7 and
7.
Whoa. What was that?
Someone's hacking in.
That was on this side.
Little news alert. Nothing major, but the Demon Deacons of Wake Forest, kind of a bottom feeder this college football season in the ACC, fired their head coach, and now they'll be hiring Washington State coach Jake Dickert to take over the reins there. So will that help the Demon Deacons?
Probably not. I didn't even know they had a football team.
Yeah,
that's basketball.
You
they're
forget
still
that
running
Wake
that
Forest.
slow mesh.
Yeah.
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 I think they still have that offense.
I think a few years ago when that was kind of new, it messed some team. They were able to score a lot of points on it. Now it's like, well, every high school and 8th grade team is running that.
Right.
So
it's time to get a new offensive system.
Yeah. Navy upgraded. Wake Forest time to upgrade.
Come on.
Wake Forest should just start running the triple option.
Washington State had a pretty sick offense last year. They were one of the more high scoring teams.
Yeah, I mean they might.
So maybe we'll see. Maybe that'll help them produce more. Certainly makes Washington State's bowl game a lot less interesting now that their coach is gone. I don't remember who they had. I think it was Syracuse actually. So
speaking of bowl games, we had one on yesterday. That was a
high
scoring affair.
It's pretty crazy.
That was a wild game yesterday.
Memphis got a game-winning interception.
West Virginia.
Yeah,
it was 42-37.
Yep. Memphis wins, covers the point spread. People were like, "Oh, you just got to bet the." I was like, "There's no way I'm betting the under." The under was like 56 points up to 60.
It's college football.
I was like, "Dude, Memphis is going to score 50 points basically on their own." Like West Virginia has no defense. I know they just hired a new head coach, but he has like no recruits in there. Like he's
not the head coach yet.
Not really the head coach yet, but like, oh, it's a revitalization. I'm like, no, it's Memphis. They're going to score 50.
All right. Like let's wait until like next season we're still finishing up this season. This coach hasn't even started. Let's wait until we talk about revitalization.
They had the old coach on the sideline.
Yeah.
Like, hey, this is who they like introducing names. Like, we got name tags for that, bro.
Probably could have done this somewhere other than a bowl game.
Yeah, it was. Other than that, the game was pretty cool. I enjoyed that one.
It was. The Memphis quarterback, he's the AAC's all-time leader in passing yards in the career. Finishing his career out with a W in a bowl game.
You know who else played quarterback at Memphis?
Who's that?
Denver Broncos draft pick.
Don't say it.
Paxton
No,
Lynch.
no.
Shout out Paxton Lynch. John Elway says we need that guy. That's the guy that the kid from Memphis from the AAC conference.
Jimmy, why did you open that old wound? That guy's a car insurance salesman now.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's not doing Grubhub on the side.
Speaking of bad QBs, one more thing I wanted to add about Kirk Cousins. In their 1-4 stretch, only one touchdown pass, which was on Monday, and 9 interceptions, along with 11 sacks.
Yeah, he's a statue back there. He's just got no mobility. Dude, I mean, you can only manage 15 against an awful Raiders defense without Max Crosby.
Where's Bijan Robinson, dude?
They don't
he had a-
utilize him.
They
man.
did. I bet on Bijan to score. I was like, perfect team.
He did have a $125, but no touchdowns.
Still,
No touchdowns.
you know what I mean? You score 15 points.
Yeah, this is an ugly game. Desmond Ritter finally helped the Falcons win a football game. He just
It's
doing it for
crazy.
the wrong team.
Bro, that second interception he threw, I'm not even gonna lie. I was in the party with my friend that's a Raiders friend. We are playing some Xbox and I was watching the play. Like Ritter out of his own end zone. That's the best spiral I've ever seen in my life. And it's right
And
to
it's
Simmons.
interception.
That was
It
probably
was just directly to Simmons. It was the best spiral I've ever
Yeah.
seen. But it was to the other team. It was to the other team.
Can we? Is it fair to say that was Ritter's best pass to a Falcons player in his
Right?
career?
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
hit him right on the money. Fortunately, he's again playing for the other team.
For the fans that don't know, Desmond Ritter, quarterback for the Las Vegas Raiders,
Yeah.
beleaguered ex-Atlanta Falcons quarterback from last year.
Yeah, he's
Ran out of town, started doing Grubhub commercials. Vegas Raiders said, "That's the guy that we
That's
need
our
to
guy.
save our
Let's
franchise.
get this DoorDash
Let's
driver
get this
playing
DoorDash
quarterback."
driver playing quarterback. We're going to tank for Shador."
Yeah,
I'm
the
seeing the
Raiders haven't
signs
had
in
an
the
honest to
crowd.
God starting quarterback all season. Like
No, they got
they've-
QB3s, man.
yeah, QB3s. Minshew on a better team could maybe be a QB2, but like that Raiders offense is
There's just nothing there.
desolate.
I wonder if they would be a little bit better though. If they had Josh Jacobs, I don't know. Maybe it's
A
like
little bit.
Yeah.
$6.8 million we signed them for average cost per year. Our cap hits like 7 or whatever because of signing bonuses. I don't know, if the Raiders were just like, no, we're not. If they got caught in what some GMs have, we're not going to pay the running back.
Yeah.
Well, you're an idiot.
They
would-
saw
would
those
have a lot-
guys-
they would have a lot more wins, honestly.
Can confirm running backs are good in the NFL.
those guys saw Zamir White have 3 good games and were like, "Yep, we don't need this all-pro running
Right.
back anymore."
Yeah.
Like, all right,
Led the NFL in rushing. No big
Where's
deal.
Zamir White?
Don't
been
need
all
that
year?
guy.
Where's Zamir White been all year? They got Sincere.
that guy's been the
McCormick
biggest
playing.
disappointment of the entire
Guys, in
season.
3 years, we're going to do a hindsight show and look at their roster. Devontae, Brock Bowers, Michael Mayer, Josh Jacobs,
Jacoby Myers, a
You
great
know,
number 2 wide receiver.
good number 2 wide receiver. You still got Hunter Renfro there doing, just robbing paychecks. I don't even know what he does.
I don't think
and you're like,
he's there.
Oh, he's not in there
honestly.
anymore.
Yeah.
Okay,
Or
I'd be surprised if
maybe
he's
he
still
is.
in the NFL, honestly.
Yeah, he
Raiders
might
love
also
him.
be selling used cars or something. Today.
And
He's a
we're going to
blackjack
look in
dealer.
3 years when we're going to be like, how are the Raiders not good? You know what I mean? Organizations, man, not players.
Yeah.
Every single time.
That's why I'm surprised Dion is okay with
Okay with
Shador
it.
going
Yeah.
there. They seem
Yeah.
all about it.
That's true. That's a good point.
He must just want to be able to hang out in Vegas. And
Well, I
party.
mean, it's kind of Dion's kind of a control freak. So it's like he'll be able to control, he could get Antonio Pierce to, fired tomorrow if he wanted to, probably.
oh yeah, most definitely.
He tells
Mark
Mark,
Davis doesn't
Mark
care.
Davis, I'm not coming
yeah.
unless you fire Pierce. Pierce is gone. It's not even a conversation.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Well, Mark Davis doesn't care.
He doesn't care.
I mean,
With his bowl cut and his 21-year-old
well,
girlfriend.
I mean, he's letting somebody give him that haircut. He doesn't give a
He
crap
doesn't
about
get-
anything.
he
cuts
goes to
his own hair.
Supercuts.
He cuts his own hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's oh my god, that guy looks.
He goes
creepy,
to a
dude. That guy
community
looks like a
college barber
ghoul.
shop. Just whip me up with your best you got.
He's like a ghoul from Fallout.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's creepy.
Got left in the microwave a little too much. Yeah, this Raiders game.
Desmond Ritter
gotta
was
be
the
one of the
leading rusher
worst.
for the Vegas Raiders. I don't know if that's a good thing or not, though.
It's
28
definitely
yards.
not. It's got to be
28
maybe the
yards.
worst game we've seen all year.
Yeah. Sincere McCormick got ankle injury, so they really didn't have any running game. He was probably decent for the last few weeks.
Yeah.
And then they lost him.
He was solid.
He was solid.
He had a good catch that I really don't think was a catch, but they gave it to him. And he never really got possession of it. That kind of boosted his stats a little bit as well. Man, this has got to be the first time we've seen a quarterback win a football game and get benched
Dude,
in a long time.
He-
Nothing comes to
bad.
mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it was bad, dude.
The Raiders were doing they're in full blown tank mode. I mean, they're
Gotta
doing
be.
everything to lose this game, and you kept them in it the whole
No
time.
Max Crosby, he's out for the year. He's going to get ankle surgery that he needed since week 2. Why he just didn't go ahead and get that surgery then. I have no idea, but it's pretty much the end of the Raiders.
Yeah, he's like, I'm taking the rest of the season off. Don't know why he didn't do this, back in like week 10, but it's
Yeah, I mean, like you re-signed a contract, you got a bag. Your team's not going to win. Cancun on 3, baby.
Yeah, take the rest of the season off.
Cancun on 3, dude.
Your
Don't even
roster
turn the
spot's gonna
TV.
be there.
Don't even turn the TV
Yeah,
on,
wait
bro.
till next year.
Just go to like Spain somewhere, sit on a beach, enjoy your Mai Tais, get that ankle surgery, and just rest in rehab, buddy.
Just hang out.
Just hang out, dude. There's really no reason. He like ghost chains cigars, bro. Just go sit down somewhere. Don't even pay attention to football because it's gonna be bad.
The focus on your mental health, bro. I know you've had his problems with addiction and mental health in the past. Don't make the Raiders make you relapse.
Yeah,
they'll do that to you.
They will.
I called it with Kirk, man. Now watch. Penix is gonna get hurt for like half a game, and Kirk Cousins is gonna
He'll be right
have
back in there.
a good half a game, and then by the next season, he might think he wants to be a starter, deserve a starting position over Penix. Gone off to some other dumb organization.
Yeah.
In the last 4 years of this contract,
Why is it to me
the
that I could
farewell
see-
tour for Kirk, man?
I could see Kirk Cousins playing quarterback for the Tennessee Titans next year.
Oh my God, that
I don't
makes
see
too.
it.
That makes
Giants?
too much sense.
Giants?
They might get Cam Ward. I don't know. They're just gonna roll with the rookie.
I think
'cause
the
they're
Giants are
very
in prime position for a QB.
Yeah,
I think they're just
they
trying to
could
get
get
in
the
the
one
draft.
pick too. Between them and the Raiders, but the Raiders also.
Although I heard the Giants,
Hopefully they're smart.
the QB down at Duke is looking real appealing to the Giants.
Yeah,
Oh, great.
yeah.
They're gonna shock the world
That's
to
it.
take that guy.
It's awesome.
If Riley Leonard was still at Duke, outside shot, Giants pick Riley Leonard, like 7 or 8. Like they trade back. You know what I mean? Like one of those moves.
All right,
But a
well,
quarterback
our
who I
guy.
did think was similar to Desmond Ridder on Monday Night Football was Caleb Williams.
definitely.
Caleb
Oh,
Williams,
yeah.
number 1 overall pick.
Love it.
I mean, nobody thought Desmond Ridder was going to be a good quarterback in the NFL. He was drafted like in the 5th or 6th round or something. Caleb Williams was drafted number 1 overall to be a difference maker for the Chicago Bears. That's not happening.
Yeah.
Chicago Bears beleaguered Chicago Bears, outscored 30-12, and they scored 0 first half points for the 5th time this season.
That's in their story all year is that they just
They
get
suck in the
behind
first half.
so early, and they're always trying to play from behind.
Shades of last week in the first half at halftime, they had 7 yards of offense.
I mean,
7 yards of offense.
they're
Again.
they're decent in the second half. It's like how can you be so terrible in the first half every week?
Yeah, you go.
How
into
is the game
halftime.
plan
The
that
score
bad?
was
Down
20 to
13.
the score was 20-3 going
Yeah.
into
And then
the
you-
fourth quarter.
Yeah, it's no points in the first half. You go to halftime down 13, and then your third quarter is only 3 points, and they get another touchdown.
I mean, the Vikings kind of looked like they were sleepwalking through
Oh,
this
yeah.
game. Like I was
Yeah.
like,
They didn't even
they
care.
looked like they were going like 50% out there.
The
and
fans didn't even care. It
Yeah.
wasn't like a typical Minnesota Vikings primetime game crowd.
That
They're like,
felt
oh.
very mellow for
was-
a game in
We're
Skull.
chilling, we're hanging
Yeah.
out, we're drinking beer,
Like,
eating
whatever.
bratwurst.
We all
care.
got work in the morning. We're not
Yeah.
going too crazy.
We're fine.
Yeah, we're
And the Bears, dude, again, led the time of possession, 30 minutes to 27 minutes.
Yes.
Like what? Like
Go
how?
a play forward, 2 plays
You
back.
get outscored 20-3 going into the fourth quarter, and it's like, hey, you can't even score a touchdown until
the fourth quarter.
fourth quarter. Yeah.
at that point. Like it's garbage time.
Yeah,
The game
game's
is
over.
well without reach.
And then you still allow 10 points in the fourth quarter
Yeah.
when you're trying to lead a comeback.
And you got like a gift like Justin Jefferson dropping a pass. Like
Wide open.
that's not gonna happen for another 3
Right.
years.
Yeah.
And that's a gift in that
Yeah.
game. It doesn't even hurt the Vikings.
That was his third career drop.
Can I
It was something like that.
can I give you the Bears third down efficiency here, Jimmy?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we were
Well,
talking
Oh,
about
makes
this on
sense.
Facebook.
Yeah.
1
On
for
Monday.
12.
Bad.
Oh my god.
Bad. Chicago Bears were 4-2 at one point.
And they weren't even getting into that many
That's an
like
8-game
third and
losing
long. It's like
streak.
there was a number of like very convertible third downs.
Yeah.
and like you can't like complete like a routine short pass.
They don't even run like a basic spider 2-wide banana to Cole Kmet. No bootleg, no hey.
Well, not till the fourth quarter.
Yeah, not till the fourth quarter. Yeah, that's got to be like a rule there in
And then
Chicago.
you get stopped
Can't pull that out
not
too
once,
late.
Yeah.
but twice on 4th and 1.
Yeah.
Running basically the same play, just DeAndre Swift straight up the middle. I have a crazy idea. Why don't maybe don't have your speed back try to pick up a yard on 4th and 1.
4th and 1.
Let's give it to your big power back, Roshan
Yeah, right,
Johnson.
right.
Let him try to do something with
He
it.
hasn't been seen since the Green Bay game.
That guy's he's
He had like
disappeared.
10 carries, 80 yards, touchdown. Roshan Johnson played pretty good in that Packers-Bears game. Haven't seen him since.
And
Nope.
now he's injured.
He's
actually.
making us look good, boys.
Can't have that.
Now-
Pretty sloppy
now
game
he's
on
injured,
both
too.
sides for both teams, like 19 combined penalties. But
Yeah.
then you look at the yardage. The Bears, how are you racking up 93 yards on 9 penalties to the Vikings just having 56 on 10? They had an extra penalty and had less penalty yardage.
Yep. Yeah, that's kind of crazy, dude.
And we got to talk another Bears draft pick that was talking crazy after getting selected and then immediately just getting
destroyed.
Yeah.
8 losses in a row.
eating his words on the
Who?
field. The I don't know how you pronounce his last name, but like the Kyrian
Oh,
Amadiji, I think is how you say it.
yeah. He was talking.
Got his first start. He gets drafted. He says, "No one's touching Caleb Williams. I can promise you that." Jonathan Bernard was feasting.
Yeah.
He was living in the backfield with that guy.
Yeah.
Tough place to make your first start. On the road in Minnesota against a pass rusher like Bernard. But then you talk crazy like that. This is what's going to happen.
Hey, man. Welcome
Not
to
sure.
Chicago, bub. And the Bears drafted him over dude, the Packers drafted a 7th round left tackle that's starting right now, Kenneth Walker Jr. from Florida. Over 7th rounder. This guy's like, oh, he's gonna be a stable mate on our offense. He's not. He's from Yale. He's a smart kid. He's not a football player. Ryan Poles loves these Ivy League offensive linemen. I don't know if he knows this or not. They don't play football in the Ivy League.
Not really. No.
They play football, but they don't play football.
Right.
And I'm like,
oh,
man,
your
dude,
biggest rivals, Harvard, more Ivy League kids.
Right. Yeah.
Oh,
That big Brown game that you played,
Big
Brown
game
versus
against
Yale.
Brown.
Good job, Bismack or whatever, Bismack Biombo from the Chicago Bears.
Coming into UConn.
Wherever.
That's your biggest game of your life on one of those.
You're
teams.
playing Virginia Military Institute in prime time, Yeah.
and
Jonathan
it's like
Grenard
Wednesday
is
night
not-
prime time.
Right. Yeah. It's like one of those Wednesday night games on ESPN Ocho.
Right.
The game's only broadcasted in Spanish.
Yeah. They've got
only have the
regional.
Spanish tone.
They've got regional high school volleyball above your game. Like let's calm
They have
down.
Japanese rock paper scissors going on as like the halftime show.
Yeah, that's what they're cutting to in their studio updates is those sports. They're not even talking about any other football games.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Well,
Hey, how's the science fair, fellas? Yeah, back to the left tackle is just getting annihilated by Jonathan Grenard now. Crazy.
Poor Bears.
Poor
Bears fans.
Nah, screw them. They said
deserve
they
it.
made their bed.
They
They
deserve
made their
it.
bed. This is what you get.
Yeah,
Ryan
they
Poles.
deserve it.
Ryan Poles on his draft day, whatever press conference when he got hired. We're gonna take the North and never give it back. He thought he dropped a bar with that one.
Yeah.
though.
2-15 now, I believe, against the NFC
is.
North in his time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you ain't taking crap. You
No.
didn't take anything.
0-7 this year.
Yeah.
0-7 against the North.
yeah.
Yeah,
Good Caleb.
they'll
Williams.
lose
Justin
again.
Fields last year was the only 2 division wins that they had. They split with the Vikings and Lions, and they thought they were doing something. We're on our way, boys. All we need is Caleb Williams.
That's progression.
We got DJ Moore. We got Keenan Allen. We got Cole Kmet that we gave $85 million to.
Wow, that's an overpay.
Buddy, he has like 5 catches in the red zone his entire career.
Dude has like three good games a year and then just disappears
Yeah,
off
and
the
then
face
has
of
one
the earth.
catch
Yeah.
for 14 yards
Right.
on Monday Night Football.
It's not like they're even like 3
Yeah.
back-to-back games. Like you'll get like one in September, one in like end of October, beginning of November, and then he's due for one more
He's
good
going
one.
on to year 6, and he has 8 touchdowns. Tucker Kraft has 7 this season.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that have more
You know,
than that,
you know what I
have
mean?
more than that this year.
You know,
Yeah.
like it's not even close who you're taking. I'm not even going to mention Brock Bowers, Mark Andrews. I'm not even going to mention those guys. You have to go to like tier 4 and 5, like Isaiah Likely or Cole Kmet.
Oh, Isaiah Likely, easy.
Isaiah Likely.
Okay. See, so now you see how far down the list I got to go down. Like, you know what I mean? Like Noah Fant or Cole Kmet. That's an argument.
Certainly,
You know what I
is.
mean? I wouldn't say it either way.
Yeah,
Like
it
you can
is.
make a case for both players, but like that's how far down.
That's
you
how
have-
far down the list.
You know
it
what I
is.
mean? Like even with DJ Moore, are you taking DJ Moore over Terry McLaurin?
So
No.
so this
not.
season, Cole Kmet, he has 3 touchdowns. I'm pretty sure Nate Atkins has 3
I was gonna
touchdowns.
say-
That's like the Broncos' 3rd string tight end.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
That's
dude,
horrible.
he's doing what like the Broncos are like paying less to have just 3 guys all play mid at the tight end possession.
super mid.
Yeah.
You know,
Look, let's not
that
the
great
elite.
Thomas Brown offense. Yeah, sure.
Don't diss the elite tight end room of Adam Troutman, Lucas Kroll, and Nate Atkins.
I do like
Jimmy.
Troutman though, dude. He's a football player.
Yeah, Troutman's pretty good.
You know what I mean?
That's
He's not-
still
he's
better
not-
than
he-
what the Bears have.
He's not like some crazy explosive offensive guy, but like, dude, you see him out there playing football, you're like,
He's got
it.
good hands.
He does
too.
get open in the red zone.
He
a
gets
lot, too.
open. He's smart. He can block. I kind of like him.
Yeah.
He's a really good fit for Sean Payton.
Sean Payton's he's setting these guys up to succeed.
He
too.
really is.
Yeah.
So different
It's a
story than what
different
we
level.
got here.
It's a different level
in
with some play
Chicago.
callers. Like they set stuff up within their offense to create mismatches. I don't know, a foreign concept in Chicago that I don't think.
Yeah,
I've
they'll
ever
never
seen.
think of that.
I mean,
just don't
Atkins,
know.
he scored like 2 or 3 times this year just by doing this delayed route where he fakes the pass block. They go and clear everything out with like these deep
he just
crossers,
leaks
and
up.
then he just leaks
leaks.
on a shallow crosser.
wide open
We've
Like a
stayed on
2-yard
that
route.
play.
scheme.
Yeah.
Holy crap!
Yep.
Wow.
We picked up so many first
Forward
downs
thought.
with that. Couple
Bears.
touchdowns.
Bears film room.
Yeah.
I know you
Like
guys might be
basic-
able to rent something else out from the Chicago
I
Park District.
100% believe in the soul of my existence that you can't put Ryan Poles on the sticks of a Madden game and have him pass the practice where you have to do all those drills to make your player better. He's not passing that.
He
He'd
doesn't
fail.
The
I
Chicago
can see
Bears
it.
head coach isn't definitely not passing that. Where
Yeah.
you see your quarterback has to drop and throw it into the windows to get your quarterback stuff up better. There's zero
Yeah,
chance
no.
that's happening.
Nope.
I gotta ask, have you seen the picture of Caleb Williams where it's like he's looking directly at a wide open tight end
Oh yeah,
in the middle of the field? Didn't throw it to that guy.
That's
on
what I
that
mean.
play.
It's you either can or you can't. Like I understand there's coaching. Yeah, Sean Payton's elite. There's different levels. That sort of thing, man. When I see that, I saw that with Justin Fields. I saw that with Mitch Trubisky. It's not something you can teach.
I think that's why Peyton got rid of Russell Wilson, because we had that problem with him a lot in 2022.
Yeah,
Throwing back to last time we played the Colts on Thursday Night Football,
wide open
missed a wide open guy in the end zone
in the end zone.
for a touchdown. He ends up throwing the pick, and we lose that
Yeah, game
garbage
5 or
12-9 game
12-9. Yeah,
where fans were leaving at halftime,
Yeah.
or we're leaving at the start of overtime rather.
Crazy.
You just
I believe the Broncos did get into a shootout against the Bears that year too. Was that?
that was the year after.
Oh, it was a year after.
No, that wasn't even. There was a shootout. We came back down like 15-20, like against Chicago.
Yeah,
Like,
but
they
that final
choked.
score was like still like
It's like 31-28.
Yeah,
So it
yeah,
was high
yeah,
scoring, I think. Yeah, like they just
did.
choked a huge
yeah,
lead
yeah,
on us.
which is typical.
Typical.
It was a vintage late game, like fourth quarter turnover for Justin Fields, and we just ran it back for a touchdown, and that was.
Yeah.
That was
Well, now the
legit.
Bears are sitting at 4 wins, boys. I mean,
They
what are you
haven't-
thinking? What are-
They haven't won a game
like
since
top
October.
15? Yeah, something like that. Like they're
It's an
going to have like a
8-game
top
losing streak.
14 pick, maybe. I don't know, somewhere around there. There's a lot of teams that we've gone over in the past that have like a lot of 3-win teams there. You have 4 wins. You're probably looking at you need an offensive line, but you also can't say that they need a wet.
Oh yeah.
They have absolutely nothing over there that scares you.
No.
Like DJ Moore is as regular as it gets at wide receiver, and they're like, this guy's awesome.
I mean, he's really
how?
They're just spamming, like he's just running like curl routes and like they're throwing like screen passes to him. I can't even really think like the last time they hit that guy like down the field, like anything deeper than 8 to 10 yards.
Chris Olave or DJ Moore? Who are you taking right now?
I'm taking Olave.
I'm taking Olave.
Olave.
JSN, DK, Terry McLaurin, Romeo Dobbs, or DJ Moore.
Oh,
I don't even think that's a debate.
Oh,
pretty much all of them.
I mean, you got to go down very far down that list before you're like, I'll take DJ Moore over him.
DJ Moore on any other team, probably
wide receiver
maybe
too.
Even DJ, maybe argue.
That's why I always say, like, they think they have a wide receiver one. Not everybody's a wide receiver one just because you play that outside spot. You're the sort of quote unquote guy. Like, you're not a wide receiver one just because you play that position. I could replace you tomorrow with 15 guys.
Yeah, we got to do more than just be outside the numbers.
Yeah. And I'm not even going to get into Jamar Chase or T. Higgins or just that's an afterthought. I got to go down to like rookies. It's an argument that Jacoby Myers is better than DJ Moore. And that's like a tier 3 wide receiver.
I mean, Jacoby Myers always seems to play well, and he's never really had a good quarterback.
Yeah, he's always been
his career
on the Raiders.
He was like playing with like Mac Jones and Bailey's Happy for
he's on the Raiders and the Patriots without anyone good.
Yeah,
he didn't play. He hasn't played with
DJ Moore would be a number 1 wide receiver probably in New England for Drake May though.
Yeah, well, that's
I bet he would probably take off with Drake May as his quarterback though. A quarterback who actually can throw the ball outside the numbers with accuracy. Yeah. Afterthought, Chicago. I've never seen that.
It's becoming very.
I've literally never seen them ever do that.
It's become very apparent to me that like Caleb Williams cannot get over like need to hold on to the ball and try to make something happen. Like he does not
throw the ball away.
Throw it away. Take the quick throw. I mean, he wants to hold the ball for so long. Yeah.
Pac-12 deal.
There's all these compilations. It's like a minute and a half of Caleb Williams getting sacked. They're like, the O-line's so bad. Half the video is him holding on to the football.
They showed it on Monday.
Running around the pocket.
Where like he has an average of 5 seconds to throw the football, which is the most in the NFL.
That's a lot of time.
That's a lot. You have 3 seconds in the NFL.
You could complete 3. Like you should be able to complete 2 passes in that amount of time.
Exactly.
Like your standard like drop back pass 2.5 seconds is what you want to be aiming for. 3 seconds at the
2
most.
to 3 seconds.
I mean, you got to go through your reads to get that ball out, and it's like he just wants to scramble and make something happen. And
got to be the Heisman Trophy winner. Look at me, football.
Yeah,
that's what it always has been in there, man.
Well, the NFL kind of punishing us there. Those are some crap Monday night games. 2 of them.
Yeah. NFL's going to punish you on this Monday night too, Mercury. We will preview coming back.
Just wait for my prediction. You're going to
love it. Before we go with the break, though, we do it every week.
Oh, you want to do it now? You don't
Top
want to
10
come back?
Teams of the week.
Top 10.
All right, let's do it.
We'll run through them quick.
Yeah. So definitely some shakeups here. The Detroit Lions not in there. So Jamie,
remember, if you lost last week, you're not in the top 10.
Packers
losers don't get to be in the top 10.
We're back, baby.
So we're number 1. We're putting the Eagles in here.
That's a good number 1.
That's a good one.
I think they're looking like the best team in the league.
They kind of are, man.
Yeah,
and they're healthy.
And there were all those questions. Oh, the drop back passing game, like it Hurts and AJ Brown. What's going on there? And then those guys come out there against a good defense and a good secondary.
Respectable.
Medium forced them to do it. They were like, all right, here you go.
Yep.
Finally.
Pittsburgh did stop the run pretty good, but against the pass, they were getting carved up pretty. Anytime they had like a 3rd and 6, it was going for like 15 yards.
Yeah. So my number 2
That's a good
team,
number 1.
My number 2 team, the Bills. They're 11-3 here, looking really good. Josh Allen, he's scoring points with the best of them. Another
48 Detroit.
Yeah. I mean, against the Swiss cheese defense, albeit, but he dropped 42 the week before, looking like he's wrapping up his MVP case.
Yeah, it's not even bettable. I looked on our Monday show; it's like minus 10,000, dude. It's like, I wish I'd have gotten on. 3 weeks ago, it was 8-1. Josh Allen.
Oh, yeah, that would have been better odds.
Yeah,
then.
dude. Yeah.
Oh, it's a shame that he had that like basketball shot put pass that got called back due to a penalty where he like ran up.
Oh,
and,
yeah, he did that. Yeah.
Threw it like that. No, looked it.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, he right now. I mean, he looks like the most unstoppable player in the league with Lamar Jackson as well. I mean, both of those guys are making great cases, but I think Josh Allen's gonna win it just because Lamar won it last year. Number 3, I guess I'll put the Chiefs back in the top 5. They did finally win a game by more than one possession. So
they finally covered a point spread too.
Yeah, like look at that. They bailed out by 6 turnovers by the Cleveland
He's
Browns.
a Broncos fan. That hurt him to say. I should have been here last week. We were teeing off on that, dude.
I put them at 10 last week, but I guess they are 13-1. They have the best record in the league.
We were.
They won by more than one possession. I'll put them back up there. That defense is pretty sick. Trent McDuffie, he intercepted that pass.
That was a great play.
He saw it on the Jumbotron. He saw the throw coming on the Jumbotron. He's like, oh, all right, I better
turn around.
But turned around, got the ball.
Look what I found.
Yeah. Look at that. You know what? Initially, I had the Vikings at 4, but I'm switching 4 and 5. We're putting the Packers at 4.
Let's go.
There we go.
I think
Let's go.
Yeah.
That scares me, man.
The Vikings were looking like they were kind of sleepwalking. And I don't know. It's getting to that time of the year where like I get scared of Minnesota. Historically,
way off.
They just have they've just shown us that they this is the time of the year where the collapse starts, no matter how good this team looks.
Yeah.
I think they'll finish the regular season strong, but it's still a team where I'm like round 1 of the playoffs. I feel like they're gonna need to get the right matchup if they want to advance, because if not, they could be in trouble.
I just don't see any running game from Minnesota that's going to go on the road or sustain anything. Like, thank you, Aaron Jones, for everything that you did in Green Bay.
Right.
Your legs are gone. I ain't got no legs, Lieutenant Dan. He's just not getting. He's just
he had
not
84 yards.
Open. Yeah, but
84
I mean,
yards.
I remember days where
He
he's
gets the
getting
Bears, man.
100 yards
Only.
receiving and 100 yards rushing.
Yeah.
And he's doing 2 things at once. He's basically half our offense. Because he's also a receiving threat, at least in his prime with A-Rod.
I mean, Jones, he's averaging 4.6 a carry. That's not.
I mean, on average, I mean, like, that's okay. You know what I mean? But, like.
That's average. That's Aaron Jones, though.
You know, like, that's why I can't really go off of, like, there's instances where I just can't go off of stats. Like, you know,
I mean,
it just doesn't.
That's pretty low. That's like 108th in the league. So it's.
That's not the greatest.
I mean, every 3 plays, that's a first down.
Tied for.
Yeah.
You know, you run that ball 3 times in a row. You're getting 4 yards to carry. That's a first down.
But we've really seen against good fronts that the Vikings run game struggle.
They're going to get teed off on in the playoffs, man. They really are.
Yeah. I just don't have a lot of. I can't have faith in them because this team, honestly, maybe more so than any other team, has just a historic record of playoff choking.
Yeah.
No matter how good the team coming into the playoffs looks, no matter how many games they win, they will find a way to lose in the playoffs.
Yeah.
In a heartbreaking way.
I think this is a team that needs Detroit to tank so they can win that division. Because they're still right there.
You had your moment. You had your Minneapolis.
Even then, they're gonna, gonna be like a 2 seed and somehow get like upset by.
I think the Vikings and Lions,
the Commanders,
play like at the end of the year.
That's the final game of the season.
Last game of the season. That could determine the division, dude.
So putting the Vikings at 5 because they still look really good. Obviously, they're 12-2.
Yeah,
they could win the division. Like they're a good team, but I think like we're just seeing right now, like the Packers are probably a better team than them. Just more complete.
I'll say this real quick in our defense. We've scored 30 or more points the last 4 games, and we played bad.
Right.
Like, I don't think it's really been
you guys have more points.
all that good. Like,
the Seattle game was pretty good.
Yeah, but there was even times where we had a 10-point lead and they had the ball multiple times where they're like, okay, they could put this away if they just had their starting quarterback.
The Packers look like they're ready for like gritty playoff football. Like yeah, Josh Jacobs is just
Just
going to
running
run
it.
down your throat,
Yeah.
and our
Power
defense
football,
is going to
great.
just our
Power
defensive
football,
front
baby.
is going to just get violent with you, and we're
Um,
going to beat your offensive line.
Packers are so smart.
My number 16, I'm going to put the Ravens down here just because their record's a little worse. But again, like Lamar Jackson, dude had
touchdowns?
more touchdowns than incompletions on Sunday.
That's amazing.
Dude, I mean,
Had
it's
himself a
against the
game.
Giants. You do like you're a MVP candidate against a bad team. Did exactly what you got to do. You just went in there and made it look easy, throwing touchdowns to guys I've never heard of before.
Yeah.
You're pulling your pants up while you're scrambling. You're juking
Yeah.
dudes out while your pants are falling down. Like it.
And this is like the third time this has happened. Can we get this guy some like tights that
Let's
fit
get
him?
him a better
What are we
belt or
doing?
something.
I know he lost some weight in the offseason, but like this is still a professional football.
Yeah, help
Like
him out.
Ravens, are you that poor
Pants
that you're
are
giving
falling
your
down.
starting QB like the tight end?
I mean,
pants?
Derrick
Like,
Henry's been cheeked up on TV multiple times with his butt cheeks hanging out.
Equipment guy.
What are we doing?
What are
Yeah.
we doing?
somebody needs to get up.
Great.
They have
Ravens.
like girder belts, bro. Like, hey,
Hired
man, like,
until the final
Is
whistle.
that-
yeah,
boys.
there's-
Is that going to be the Ravens' downfall? Is their equipment management? You know,
Pants
big
falling
touchdown.
Down, that's how they lose a
So-
playoff game.
somebody
this year.
trips because their pants are falling down.
yeah. Wouldn't that be something?
You'd hate to see it. But one of those players, man, like him and Josh Allen, when they get going, I don't know.
It's-
I don't
it's
know what you
dangerous,
do
man.
to stop
Yeah.
them. Like when they're in the zone, it's you're just pray. I guess.
You almost have to go like a college defense where you're just like trying to mess up the mesh points and throw off the timing and rhythm of that offense. Because that offense relies so much on rhythm. Where it's like if they're in rhythm, they're going to put 40 on you.
But then,
You know.
here's the thing: is those guys are such dynamic athletes that suddenly something gets off schedule and they start moving,
yeah.
and then it's like, oh, now the rhythm's completely thrown off. But they've extended this play an extra, 6 seconds. Oh, I
Yeah.
think we got them pinned on the sideline, and then they're gonna throw like an on the rope dot 40 yards down the field
to
to
Zay
some
Flowers or whatever.
some guy that's just leaked open because your coverage can't last up that long.
That's a good
it's-
point.
Yeah, you can try to throw off the rhythm and timing, but Patrick Mahomes, not Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen are they're so good off schedule too.
Chicago
Oh,
plays
yeah.
Detroit this week.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh.
Lions need a win, so there they go. My number 17, Buccaneers, man.
Yeah.
Baker
dude.
Mayfield
it.
and Mike Evans. What a connection that is. dude.
Buccaneers versus Vikings right now. Who you guys got?
I'm taking the Bucks.
I'm taking the Bucks. I don't think we're
Bucks.
dumb. I don't think
Baker-
we're dumb to say that.
Baker, Mike Evans have that level.
I made a
of
post on
competitor.
social media on Sunday. I'm like, or on Monday rather. I was like watching the Vikings and I'm like, dude, the Buccaneers are a whack, like playing good football at the right time.
They're getting
dude.
healthy.
They're getting healthy.
That defense is playing the best it has all year.
They got
that
like
offensive
9
line
Super Bowl
is-
champions on that roster now,
Yeah, that offensive line is pretty good too. I mean, they got some ballers up there.
and their defensive line, they stopped the run. Vita Vea back healthy.
Yeah.
They got
Antoine
the
Winfield
division.
Jr.,
They're the 3 or 4
Dean,
seed,
and safety
guaranteed,
Bro.
So somebody's got to go there and play them.
could be Green Bay.
They're
I would
either
be-
3 or 4.
could
There's-
be
I would
Green
be
Bay,
a
but-
The
slugfest.
Falcons aren't winning the division. No one else is going
Right.
to win that. Division.
No.
So they're there. Just go ahead and place the Buccaneers into one of those playoff
Dude.
spots. They won the division.
Totally. Yeah, they're definitely in the playoffs. I mean, I have it
Yeah.
up right here, but yeah, they're
I
definitely,
mean, their schedule's easy. It's like the Panthers.
they got it, dude. They
Yeah,
really do.
play the Panthers and the Saints. Two of
Two
their
of
last
their
3
last
games.
three
So
games.
Yeah,
Ah,
they're
it's-
8-6. Yeah, they have a tiebreaker already. Yeah, they won the division.
they won.
They can
it's
clinch
definitely-
next week.
Who do they have this week? I'm trying to remember. I think
This
I
week?
think it is the Panthers.
Dallas.
Or it's
They
Dallas.
play Dallas
Oh,
and
yeah.
Dallas on Sunday Night Football.
That's a bad
Destroy.
Cowboys team. Like
I think that's going to be a
Who's home?
Cowboys.
it's the Cowboys.
Okay, that'll be actually be really
I think
close.
that'll be kind of a good
That's going to
game.
be close.
I think that's going to be a high scoring game, kind of. I don't know why. Because I think Baker, he's got the moxie, dude. He's going to go into Jerry World and hang
Oh, yeah.
45 on them.
Oh yeah.
And with Diggs now out for the year, I'm betting Mike Evans anytime touched.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Jalen McMillan, he's really starting to just emerge and pop out too as a number 2 wide receiver with Godwin going down. Pretty huge for them. We're gonna go to my number 8 team. We'll get the commies back in there. Almost choked away
Got
a win,
lucky.
but
Got
Dang,
lucky.
lucky.
Well,
They
then
got
the
very.
I mean, caveman. I hate this. Like the Saints,
You got them over the Rams.
they got some home cooking. I do, yeah.
Both teams were really getting shafted.
I'm just
But at the end of the day,
that final touchdown there should have never happened. They stopped the clock randomly for 4 seconds, and
Yeah.
then the ball gets spiked with 4 seconds left.
I'd rather be lucky
tough.
than good sometimes.
Yeah,
Sometimes.
so I
Rams
happy
Vikings.
for my
Rams
Broncos.
Vikings right now. Who you guys got?
Rams, Vikings.
Because that could be a matchup too.
Ooh,
I could.
Vikings.
If they win that division, and the Rams are the, yeah.
I don't know, man.
If the Vikings are the 5th seed, they'd be playing the, yeah. If the Vikings finishes the 5th seed, and Green Bay is the 6th seed, they'd be going on the road to, go play the LA Rams in the first round of the playoffs right now.
Well, I don't know if I could go Vikings, man, because the Rams freaking pass rush, dude, is insane.
I'm kind of seeing the Vikings choking this in the first round.
I
If
think
they
the
get like
Rams
Tampa
have a
or
running
LA.
game that can pretty much control too.
They have to hope they
Right.
win the division.
Like that,
That
I'm
gives them
seeing.
more favorable matchups.
I see Minnesota
in the
advancing
playoffs.
if they were to win and get Washington. I think
Yeah.
they would just match up better at home against Washington.
Well, Washington's going to be the 7th seed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like Eagles take the 1 seed. Detroit, they beat Detroit end of the year.
Oh, so
Take the
Vikings are
division.
the 2.
They're the 2 seed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm with you. Yeah, because
Then
they'd be playing the 7th seed.
Then they get Washington round
That's a
1.
good point.
I
That's
think
a
that
good point.
at home rookie quarterback in that environment, still a somewhat more suspect defense. I know they got Latimer there, but he can only cover one guy, and you got either Addison or Jefferson's only going to be on a rookie in the playoffs. I think that's a good matchup for them. But you got to go on the road into LA to play a really hot Rams team or a really on fire
Matt Stafford,
Buccaneers team
he's going
in
to have those
Tampa.
boys ready.
Oh,
Yeah.
You're not sneaking past nothing with him there.
No.
And then
And Stafford's he's been in the league.
do you
He's played
trust-
Brian Flores a lot.
I know Sam Darnold has his revitalization with,
How many playoff
Darnold.
games has he played in?
That's the thing. This will probably be like his first one.
I think this would be his first playoff start.
And he's
Well,
been in the league almost a decade.
Give him a home field advantage
Daniel
against
Jones
the
got
rookie.
more playoff
I like
games.
that.
Right.
Make
I'm
him
with
go
you.
on the road to play a veteran quarterback. I don't like that as much.
You know who did win last week? The New York Jets, Sam Darnold's ex-team. Are they in your top 10 this week?
No, they're not.
Okay.
My number 9 team's the Houston Texans. It's an ugly one at home, but their defense
Yes,
got it
man.
done. I think we got to give Derek Stingley. We got to give this guy some more love. He's a demon out there, our cornerback.
I like him. I like
He
Jalen
locked up
Petrie.
Tyreek Hill.
Jalen Petrie's nasty in the run game as safety for him and in coverage too.
The success of this Texans team is going to be how that defense plays.
I agree.
Really,
It weighs
the
on
offense
that.
is shaky at times. The O line hasn't
their
been that
O-line
great.
is bad.
They got some weapons on offense, but they're really going
They
to
got
need
the
the
Chiefs
defense
this
to their defense
They're
to
playing the Chiefs.
to
this
keep
week.
them
They
in
go
it.
Chiefs, Ravens, Titans.
Dang.
3 sneaky teams in the year.
let's not put the Titans in there.
Well, they're the home team. They've been tough at home. The Titans have.
Division matchup.
I mean,
They
they've
play good
covered
for the
four-
first half. Titans
They've
play
covered
good for
some
the
point
first half.
spreads at home. The Titans have.
They lost 10-6 at home against the Jaguars, Jimmy.
Dude, I'm
Come
just
on now.
saying they've covered point spreads.
What about the Bengals game last week?
Brother,
They lost by 10, but
Come
they had
on now.
27 points.
I'm just saying it's sneaky. I'm not saying they're gonna lose. I'm just saying you go in there thinking we got an easy game.
they might be resting their
Titans are still
starters
gonna
because
be-
they can't get any better playoff positioning. If you're Houston, because they've already won the division.
Yeah.
did
Are
win
they?
it last
Are
week.
you going to have a shot at the 1 or 2 seed? Probably not.
No,
Are
no.
you going to risk one of your studs getting hurt playing a Dulles Titans team? I don't think so.
That's fair.
Yeah, so that might be why Tennessee wins because
I mean, Tennessee doesn't.
Davis
I mean,
Mills gonna be
everybody
playing.
loves the top 5. I mean, they got a deep defense. And when I
do.
don't know, man. I did after playing Kansas City and then
Yeah.
last game of the season, got to go on the road. One of those weird games, man. I don't know, dude. It's always kind of weird how some of those end of the season games with teams that are obviously only
Just
playing for
completely
draft
out of it.
position.
Yeah.
You know, it's just
I mean, hey,
wild and funky.
we've seen
throw
like
the kitchen
some
sink. What are you playing
stacked
for?
Patriots teams lose out on the 1 seed. You know, they go last game of the season. I go play like a 6-win Dolphins team that beats them in Miami. So I see what you're saying.
It's just tricky. It's just tricky.
Tennessee, so awful.
They're a dumpster fire. Fire their coach. Fire their GM. Whoever their GM is, who got rid of Derrick Henry and AJ Brown.
Yeah,
That guy
Get
needs
that
to.
guy. out
Yeah.
there.
What
And
are
Mike
we even
Vrabel
talking
got rid
about?
of everybody.
this guy, his track record, trading AJ Brown to move up in the draft just to draft a wide receiver that busted.
After they had an amazing season.
Then you trade Kevin Byard away for potato chips.
Potato chip.
You let Derrick Henry walk,
And you
fire
trade the
Mike
best quarterback
Vrabel.
on your team to Green Bay for a future 7th.
Yeah. This guy,
Crazy.
he's
Shout
got
out
to
to the
go.
Packers.
Yeah, gotta
man.
go.
He's gotta
Rand
go.
Carthon? What are we talking about? No guy named Rand is going to ever turn around a franchise.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, man.
All right, my number 10 teams this week. It's a splitter. I'm putting the Rams and the Broncos in here.
Yeah, that's fair.
Tied.
Both
All right.
teams
Both teams deserve
got
it.
into some ugly
I kind
games
of put the
and their
Broncos ahead of the
defense.
Commanders right now. I think they're playing some better defense. They're more well-rounded.
Commanders had it.
I think the
ugly.
Commanders
I
have a
think the
better
Co-
running game per se.
Jaden Daniels did take back the Rookie of the Year
He did.
thing.
He did.
He looked really good there, making some off-schedule
He
plays and everything.
That's an unbettable market too. I looked at that as well. He's like minus 5,000 to win Rookie of the Year.
I think the reason the Rams and the Broncos are lower is because they got into some uglier games. The Commanders this week, they got caught with their they kind of let their foot off the gas, let the Saints catch up to them, whereas the Broncos and the Rams had to really rely on those defenses. But both teams got some sick defenses. Denver, their strength is going to be however far this defense can take them. And it's pretty good. It's sick, but we got to
Playoffs.
defense wins championships.
Playoffs, dude. That's a scary team going because they're gonna. What are you playing for? You have rookie Bo next. Nobody
Exactly.
expected the Broncos to come in.
Most
and play
people
this.
had us
Oh,
as like
They
a
were a
4-win
write-off.
team. Yeah,
I said 6.
You
I
were-
said 7 and 10, maybe 8 and
Preseason
9.
rankings. The Broncos were 31st.
Right.
Second
They
to
were pretty
last.
low.
and a lot of they were ranking rosters. We were ranked as the worst roster in the AFC,
Yeah.
and we were like 30 or 31st in terms of like ranked worst
This is a
roster
big
by Pro
Thursday
Football
night game, man.
Focus.
We'll get into it when we do our pick'em and everything,
Yeah.
but
Big game.
it's a big game on Thursday, dude. I'm
It
pumped
really
for you,
is.
man.
It really is.
I'm pumped for you.
We've been
Are you
going
going?
for a while. It's in LA,
Oh,
so I'm not going.
you're not gonna jump on the PJ, brother, and
Yeah, come on
the
now.
MBR PJ, dude.
I'm
and be like,
actually,
you know
guys.
what?
Actually, I'm hitting the road as soon as we
Right
get done
after we
here.
get
Yeah.
off air.
We're
Start-
driving out.
He's putting the
Flying
thumb out
out.
on 6th Avenue. If you see Mercury, he's a nice boy. He's
Yeah,
a
right.
nice boy.
Pick them up. I'll give you some gas money.
All that, much more coming up. Military Broadcast Radio. What's up with my guys?
It's a 5 a.m. hike up the mountain to watch the sunrise. It's saluting the flag in honor of the brave men who died. It's a small piece of land that reaps what you sow, your child's first breath and then watching them grow. Respecting one another, though you may disagree. You don't hold it against them, that's freedom to me. Some pray to God, some go their own way. But we're all raised different, but we're all the same. And it doesn't matter if you disagree. What's freedom to you? That's freedom to me. It's riding a trusty old horse down a dusty dirt road, casting your fly line in a stream that nobody knows. It's spending your life with the girl of your dreams and being a grandpa like mine was to me, and building a business this without a degree. 'Cause you worked your ass off, that's freedom to me. Some were raised hunting, some think that's a shame. We're all taught different, but we're all the same. And it doesn't matter if you disagree. What's freedom to you? That's freedom to me. There's 50 to choose from, pick one and be free. I don't tell you how to live, so don't do that to me. Some were raised hunting, some think that's a shame. And we're all taught different, but we're all the same. And it doesn't matter if you disagree. What's freedom to you? That's freedom to me. Some pray to God, some go their own way. But we're all raised different, but we're all the same. And it doesn't matter if you disagree. What's freedom to you? That's freedom to me. What's freedom to you? That's freedom to me.
Military Broadcast Radio, the station that's giving veterans a voice.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
We are back. We are live.
Hello.
Military Broadcast Radio to the final whistle. Welcome to the Wednesday show. Boys, yesterday was the NBA Cup. I don't know if anybody watched it, but the winner was the Milwaukee Bucks.
Giannis had a pretty
They won
impressive
it.
triple-double, 26, 19, and 10.
We are in the dog days of the season, boys.
We are.
It is rough.
The NBA was like, hey, you know what? We're going to change the color of our courts, and everybody's going to love us.
They did a better job this year.
I thought
Last
these
year,
were
they
supposed to
really-
be more competitive games,
Ugh.
but the Bucks won by 16.
Yeah, they went undefeated in the whole NBA Cup.
And it was-
Darvin Ham. You'll never hear this sentence. Darvin Ham and undefeated. He's undefeated in the NBA Cup.
Doc Rivers, too? Oh, yeah, because he was the coach of the
Lakers.
That's right, and they won it last year.
He's
And the
undefeated.
only reason anybody
in the
watched it
NBA
then because
Cup.
of LeBron.
Yeah.
You'll never hear that. You'll never hear Darvin Ham and undefeated
That's
in the
crazy.
same sentence.
I have a
ever again.
serious question. Were the
Never again.
Thunder even trying? They shot 15% from 3. They were
My
5 of
God.
32. And they
God,
were
they're getting PT, man.
33% from the field. Like
Are we
one
shooting
of the better
32
shooting
threes?
teams in the league. They
Yeah,
don't
they
even-
were. They are.
They don't even like. How do you turn out this performance? This is supposed to be like a
It's
pseudo
this-
playoff game, right? Like,
they wanted to be.
but
That's the idea.
yeah,
That stadium was like they did like a pull out off of like it was like the second quarter, the little bit that I did see. They like pulled out and they like messed up because they like went from courtside and like pulled out and then like showed like a 360 around the upper tank. Good seats still available, boys. Like
$5
nobo-
seats, man.
Nobody in the upper deck. Like they have like all the lights going and everything.
They got to have a grocery store deal on those tickets.
Yeah,
or
dude.
something
Yeah, you
like
spend $50 at Walmart. Here's a free ticket. Just show up and buy a beer, dude. Like I don't
buy
know
a
what to tell you.
Sbarro
I don't-
pizza.
yeah,
you got
but-
free tickets to the.
I just don't know if this is the
Yeah.
this was the moneymaker that they thought it was going to be.
NBA's missing
not
some
this
drama.
year.
Yeah,
The NBA is
They
missing
are.
some drama, man.
there hasn't really been anything like juicy, like any big storylines. I mean, like we've got like
They don't want to upset the Karens, bro, that go to those games, man.
Right. I mean, like we're at this point of the season where you got like even like hardcore hoop heads like Jimmy High Roller, like he's not making videos about what's going on in the season. He's talking about, is Jokic having the best peak of all time? Like why we're having all-time conversations in the middle of the season?
Yeah.
That's off-season talk.
Right. Or at least closer to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or an MVP, sort of like you're cementing an MVP season, which is kind of funny because he's just like the most basic and bland NBA player. He just, I don't know, has some freaking fundamentals. You know what I mean? You know what we really need in the NBA? We need to start shooting off road flares in these games because I'm watching videos of like Greek national games that are like tier 9 basketball games. And those games are absolute. I can't even pronounce 3/4 of the names on the floor. And they're electric, dude.
Add a little something to
They're playing hip hop music.
Alive.
They're shooting AK-47s in the stands.
Yeah.
We need that in the NBA.
Well, it's just like it's so expensive to get tickets to a lot of these games.
True that.
And then like if you want to watch it on TV, like, oh, it's your team's not on ESPN or TNT.
Blacked out.
Sorry, you got to pay, like $80 to get league pass,
watch it.
Yeah. Bring back the old school NBA on NBC, baby. Round ball roundup. Classic.
Here's
Bob Costas in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
Mike Bree in the evening.
Oh, yeah.
Let's get it popping, boys.
Here's a funny clip. Just listen to how excited this announcer is. It's a nice lob, a nice poster lob, honestly. He dunks it on his head. Just listen to how excited this announcer is.
Run the offense in the fourth like we've seen him do many times. Alley-oop, Gobert. And the lead has grown back to double digits.
That's another
falling
problem,
asleep.
dude.
Yeah. The
Like,
crowd,
it's about-
that was a high school crowd, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we're seeing college games with more attendance and enthusiasm there.
And
That's what's
because
killing
there's
me,
high
man.
drama.
Yeah.
There's some actual rivalry there.
We gotta, like we can't get more casual fans and lower income fans to the game to the games to bring some energy and excitement.
Yeah,
because everything's so expensive for them. It's it's hurting your league. It's hurting the environment and the atmosphere.
It's
and then there's not
because NBA when there's like that high drama, dude. When Michael Jordan was playing Patrick Ewing in the Garden, it was high drama.
We don't have any villains.
We skipped school to watch those games that started at 6 o'clock at night.
I think every good sports league needs some villains
Something.
too.
We do
somebody
need
to
villains.
hate.
Some
We do
panache.
need villains.
Some panache. Boys.
I mean, like
We
the
do need
NFL, we've
villains.
got the Chiefs. People have all been hate the Steelers for decades. And,
Like the
they've
Warriors.
always been
73-9 Warriors were very hated. We
Right.
had a villain. LeBron is always hated. I mean, LeBron, now it's like, can you really even have him in that conversation of being a villain of the league at this point?
Oh no.
Like, no.
No, he's
Like
never
maybe
been a villain.
back when KD left OKC
He was a
for the
villain when he
Warriors.
left his team to go to Miami. Like, how is that? I don't
But
know.
we've had it before in
Right.
the modern era.
Right. Shaq left Penny Hardaway and the Orlando Magic to join the LA Lakers. Like the ultimate, like his Shaq dominated. He was the best player, the most dominant player in the NBA at that time for a decade. And you leave Penny you know what I mean? And then you go to like the evil empire and Dr. Jerry Buss and the Los Angeles
The
Lakers. And they don't really have anybody there because Kobe Bryant, rookie, 1996. They get Shaq in 1997, from the Orlando Magic.
Yep.
I'm a little disappointed. I really thought Anthony Edwards could kind of start, filling that role because he kind of has this like cocky, arrogant vibe to him. He was like disrespectful to home crowds, but like also he was a baller on the court. And he was like so hard to
We
stop.
need some middle finger guys.
Yeah,
some anti-establishment, that sort of thing. Because that's what it was,
right.
Gerald Wallace,
At least for early in the season, like some guys
Dennis Rodman,
you can like even when like the
middle
games
finger
are
dudes,
even when it's like a kind of meaningless regular season game, a guy you can watch and hate, and root against, or just something to drive.
all
up
these guys are friends, and
the
they always just go to the
stakes.
barbershop and just
Right.
we really I don't mean to say it like this, because I don't want it to be just like justified. we really need somebody to come in and just punch somebody in the face and wake somebody up. Like just like
Honestly.
one little. I'm not talking about throwdown sessions or nothing like that, making the game what it isn't, because we still want to show the importance of athleticism. And when the game's open and it's there, it's kind of insane to watch the NBA when both teams have half court offense and motion and they're showing their athleticism. But every now and then, like third quarter with 8 minutes left, hey, let's bring these scrappers out on here and let's see some, I'm not going to say street ball, but like sort of more like hardcore basketball, because there's the purists love that stuff. Me versus you. You know what I mean? Take shooting out of it. Take all the crap that Steph Curry does. Let Steph Curry go up for a layup and get his legs taken out one time and watch how fast the NBA changes.
Congratulations, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Amber says congratulations.
For regular
thank you,
season
Amber.
basketball, when I'm like watching my team
Appreciate you, Amber.
versus just watching some random game, it's like two different sports.
It
'Cause
really
at least
is,
when I'm
man.
watching the Nuggets, like I got that intensity of wanting my guys to win. But like, dude, I'm like tuning into, Thunder Spurs, and I'm like, wow,
There's nothing here.
I'm
days.
just like not, I can't even care that much. It's like a totally
Freaking
different
dog
sport.
It really is. And then the playoffs come and it's like this half court. Nobody,
Right.
it's passing. There's a little bit more. And you're like, okay, like this is
Right.
where it's at.
I mean, like
Hard
when
fouls.
playoff basketball
They
starts.
let it
Oh
go a
my
little
god,
bit more.
it's
It's
electric.
not even the same game.
Dude, like it
really
changes
not.
so much.
different.
It's way different. You know?
Just the simple fact, like the team gets down to half court on a fast break, they might not have the numbers, and whoever has the ball slows down and waits, and they run a play. Like,
Yeah.
that just doesn't happen right now.
Right.
They're just going and taking a dumb shot.
Yeah.
Sometimes even
Chuck and duck, baby.
Yeah.
Everybody's just trying to pad their stats.
Yeah.
Well, I think the other
what they
night the
can do.
Celtics shot 93 pointers.
Yeah.
I think they
It was
Swear
something.
to God.
It was something stupid.
swear to God they shot 93 pointers the other night. You got to look this up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the Emirates Cup, man, we had 72 combined 3-pointers shot.
That's kind of nuts, dude.
Yeah.
That's 72 3. Dude, I remember games where like if you shot a 3, the fans would boo you. Dunk the basketball. Go hit somebody. Go get a steal.
I see it a lot where it's like we're getting like teams are getting like mismatches inside where it's like, oh, you got like a center on a small forward or a guard. Like
Karl Anthony Towns can't back down anybody.
right, like what are we doing? Back him down, like get at least an easy layup or a dunk. But now it's like, let's kick it out to a guy that shoots 31% and brick end of possession.
Yeah.
Back down the other way on
Back
defense.
down the other way.
My dad's always my dad's sort of like a get off my lawn kind of guy, especially with basketball. He hasn't watched basketball in forever. But he always would tell me like on the phone, he's like the 1980s Celtics. And like, I don't even go that far back with like my basketball, modernization of like this era. But he'll be like, dude, he's told me a million times. He's like, dude, you know what Robert Parrish would do to guys in the paint in this era with no talent? He's like, he would score 55 points a game. Like the most tier 5 player in the 80s would dominate in today's era because he has the space and the time, and he's not going to get hacked. He's not going to get his legs taken out. He's not going to get punched in the face.
All for the offense.
You
It's
know,
all for the offense to shoot a 3.
Like
That's
I think
really
it would
what
be. I think it
counts.
would
if
be
Larry Bird
different.
shot 5 threes in a game,
Right.
mark it on your calendar. It's not going to happen again.
Like I think it would be different with those guys in the playoffs because like everyone starts to try a
Then
little
it
bit more
does.
this year. But like
And your athleticism, that's right. I
like,
agree.
But in the regular season, yeah, like we'd see these guys that like nobody wants to play defense in the regular season because like
No.
I'm watching that Nuggets Kings game and it was a pretty good game. It was close.
Entertaining, yeah.
There's a little bit of a rivalry kind of brewing there. It's just like the Sabonis versus Jokic thing,
sure.
So that was one of the better games that I've seen this year. But even and there was a little more intensity in that one.
Is
And
De'Aaron
even
Fox
still,
playing?
yeah, he was.
Okay.
He was. Oh my god, dude!
He's a beast, bro.
He's
Most
so fast.
underrated guard in the league.
He
He's
was.
so
He
fast.
was
He's
out there.
one of the most underrated.
Dude, he was out there when
Oh,
like
yeah.
Julian Stroufford and Hunter Tyson were out there. He was abusing those poor
He was
guys.
killing him.
Dude, I like those poor kids had no chance.
To add on to your point
But,
with no defense, I do want to say if the second leading blocks per game player right now is Walker Kessler, there's
Oh,
just
man.
we're not
Oh,
playing
really
any
tough.
defense.
Oh,
If Walker
come on.
Kessler almost has 3 blocks a game, we're not playing any
No.
That's it?
defense.
Oh,
Wemby's
man.
at 3.5 blocks a game, and then you got Walker Kessler 2.8.
Come
Dude,
on, guys.
Karl Malone averaged 7 blocks a game for like a season.
That's only five years younger than his girlfriend.
Yeah, I mean, say what you want. You fair arguments on both sides. Dominated when I watch basketball.
Dominated on the court.
Dominated.
Outside of that, we won't talk about that.
We're not gonna
separate the art from the artist, brother.
Yeah, well, we won't talk about what else you did today.
But back to what I was saying with that Kings and Nuggets game is, that was one of the more intense matchups I've seen, and there were still like times where it's just like, they like kick a ball over to an open shooter, and like the guy doesn't shoot right away. Nobody tries to even close. Everyone just stands there and like waits to see if the shot goes in. I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like, guys, somebody can close. Somebody can close and get that. I'm like, there were a number of moments where I'm like, it kind of just looks like everyone stops to see what happens on the shot.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull up YouTube real quick.
That's a reason Jokic is getting so many boards.
Right.
Like where he allowed like these like 23 rebound games.
Yeah.
It's because he's
actually just playing.
He's
going to the basket.
He's like, for God's sakes, somebody get in, box out and get in position. What are we doing?
So this is why a lot of my thing is coaching. I feel early in the season, it's like not even really accountability is not really an issue on the teams early in the season. It's like the Wizards won 5 games.
Yeah.
Like,
is that all they have right now?
They've won 5 games.
Oh my god.
They're getting
Fold
Barkley.
The franchise.
Charles Barkley is calling them an embarrassment to the league.
Fold the franchise, dude. Fold the franchise and let that talent go. You know what I mean? Half the league just needs to go away and let all that talent go.
Dude,
to the
right?
team.
Like the Wizards, the Hornets. When have those teams ever been relevant?
I like Paolo Banchero, and like, I'm a Florida boy. Magic need to go away.
Yeah, the Trailblazers, like that team's like never really been that relevant. They went to like
they won a championship in the 70s.
Western Conference Finals with Dame one time. I was just
let me read
with
this
Bill Walton, the man. Rest in peace.
Yeah,
these are just some video titles from awful coaching recently, and he's not even talking about players anymore. It's mainly coaches. So here we go. Here's one. Taylor Jenkins is a worse basketball coach than Stormy Daniels versus the Lakers. That was 2 days ago. Got Greg Popovich is why I never feel horny anymore versus the Timberwolves. Steve Kerr is why Kamala Harris lost the popular vote versus the Mavericks. Utah Jazz coaching staff is why cousins end up having sex with each other versus the Suns. Tyronn Lue should have been aborted in the fetus versus the Nuggets.
Oh my god!
And the entire video,
We're a family.
The entire video, he's calling the coaches of the team mentally challenged individuals. It's so messed up. It's hilarious, though, dude, because he's just ripping in.
As a head coach, though, like you see your guys like start taking possessions off in like close games, and you're like, what are we doing? Why are you not irate?
Like this Jazz Suns game, they were up like 58-38 at one point.
You're not irate
and they
because
lost.
There's no violence or physicality where you're going to get laughed at.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you lost the game by 25, nobody cared, because if you won like the physicality battle, we remembered that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's an aspect to this where like you can bring in and allow players to it's all in how it's officiated. You can control a game with some physicality here. You know what I mean?
Easily,
how about we start
incentivizing
these guys behind closed doors? Not like a bounty system, but like, hey man, maybe not so many easy free lanes to the basket or wide open threes without a closeout.
Half the time it's
$100 fines if you don't close out.
They can't even guard a screen half the time, dude.
Yeah.
It's like, think about it. Have you ever in your life, when have you ever been taught or told in basketball to go over a handoff?
Right.
When have you ever why are we seeing NBA players go over this a simple handoff?
You said a screen when I first started. A linebacker's coming, like you're going to get ran through. They would never go under so where you can shoot that. We're going to run right through that screen.
Yeah.
But it's a foul now. You can't do it.
You have to actually play some defense and ice a screen for it to be able to work. And the guy that's guarding the screener has to be up on his hip to try and hedge for you a little bit.
Exactly.
Keep the guy away from the lane.
Right.
And whoever is guarding the person on the wing on the strong or the weak side has to play that lane a little bit on help side.
Right.
And the person that's back down in the paint is going to be able to rotate to the corner.
Of the court?
Honestly, no, because
Have you heard that argument though, where like they want to move basically take away the corner three and have the arc go into the benches and widen the court, to take away that corner three and expand it by 3 feet and just expand out the
so it's
3-point line
not
by a
like-
foot. So there's no more corner threes. Because Lonzo Ball's entire offense, like he played in a game. I watched him. He finally came back from his wrist injury. He brought the ball up at half court. A guy took 2 steps towards half court. He passed it, dove to a corner, and just stood there.
So pretty much just
That was it.
Like be
And I'm like, what are we even doing?
same distance as the wing is.
You
to
get
the
cussed
out-of-bounds
out
line?
at 24-hour fitness if that's what you do.
Seriously.
Cut. There's no more, I don't know, man. It's tough. And there's an argument on it. I was just wondering if you've seen it.
Yeah, this is why it's hard for me to watch basketball
I'll look
when
into
the
that.
football season's going on because
Yeah.
I mean we have some dog fights going on here. Like guys are fighting for their lives.
Yeah.
There's incredible calls
Because in
in
the
NFL
NFL,
games.
you're replaced.
Yeah, every week, and then like
You
it's
know.
like I'm like, man, I don't have a ton of free time. Like, am I gonna want to waste 3 hours watching this? Like, it's such a
Crappy
crapshoot.
game.
Like, early basketball. Like, am I gonna even get a good game if I commit my time to watching this? I don't want to.
It might even end a it might even be a 1 possession game and end. And it still won't even really be that great.
Just turn games on in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
If it's not close, turn it right off. You waste
Yeah.
literally no time. If
Yeah.
it's close, okay, we can watch this.
When I don't
the
have
Nuggets Kings, the final 90 seconds of the game was amazing.
good.
really,
But I'm
yeah.
sure the rest of it, I'm also a Nuggets fan. I'm gonna be hyped anytime I'm watching them just
Yeah.
because I want them to win.
Yeah.
exactly.
But it's different for the
Those
casual
Nuggets
fan.
playoffs games are awesome.
It's just different for the casual
Yeah.
fan.
Denver's
and
a
that's
pretty
why
good
the
basketball
ratings are
city.
down.
It is.
I
The
feel
ratings are down.
the NBA is like a little more entertaining.
Through the
when-
floor cratering, dude.
yeah.
Like we're talking not just NASCAR now. We're talking like women's college basketball is rating over without Caitlin Clark. That girl from Iowa State played on ESPN the other day. That big girl, bro, it was like 5 million people watched that game.
Yeah.
And like it was like the semifinal, the play-in or whatever, the Emirates Cup. And like way more, it wasn't even like they showed it on TNT. Like it wasn't even close. You
Yeah.
know, but I do think the NBA is set up now so much better than it was. I mean, obviously no internet, no social media when I was a kid, but like the NBA is a perfect sport for clips and highlights on social media where that's all you really need to see. Because that's all it is. Like, oh, LeBron had 25 and 10, couple dunks and a 3. Yay, cool. You watch the game.
Dude, even like
because nothing else happened.
yeah.
You know, there was no
That's pretty much it.
LeBron didn't get into it with KD. Like in the 90s, if those dudes didn't have, a battle, like one of those guys is already out of the league. You're replaced. It's just they'll just move you out of the way.
It's
feel
like
bad.
it's like we call it the no fun league.
Also, when-
the NBA is the no basketball association
Kind of.
because they
Kind
just
Also-
You really need to
they
go
take
get one of
away
these
from the
street
game.
ballers that can really play.
like you can't even
that
trash
nobody-
talk now without getting
Right.
it technical.
Right.
It's like
Also-
the game is just soft. Even the players,
Right.
when they try to like not like each other,
Yeah.
they just go shoot them up.
Oh, they
shoot them up.
They'll
Or
hand
they're suspended for 5 games if they like body check
they
somebody.
hand technicals out like candy on Halloween.
Yeah.
I'm
I
personal.
forgot who it was the other day, but dude, he
Like if
got
Draymond
ejected
Green is
walking
the
away.
number 1 enemy in basketball, excuse me, dude,
But
he's a nobody.
you kind of want
Yeah.
your villains to at least be good at the sport or and
Dylan
like
Brooks,
a threat
horrible.
to win. You know,
He's not a villain.
Right.
They're horrible.
No, right.
He's
Yeah.
on the Grizzlies, man.
You know what
like
Draymond Green would have happened if he played the bad boy Pistons? What are we talking about?
I think that would have
I
been
think-
war.
yeah.
Bro, Dennis Rodman would have put him in a body bag, dude, and zipped it up at half court.
It-
Yeah, it was. It's not even it's so different.
Right.
It's wild to me, dude.
I
It
think
really
once football's over, then we get through March
Yeah.
Madness. Like
Hopefully.
the NBA is going to start looking a lot better because
Oh yeah, thank you.
like
Spring
you get-
Time once
there's
it
some dogs
gets
in college
on the winter.
basketball too, man.
yeah.
There's some of these teams that, dude, you watch Houston and Alabama and Auburn play, bro. They want to make it a rock fight. Like
They're
they're winning
yeah.
games like in the 60s, low 60s. Defense, scrapping, no easy finishes, covering the 3-point line.
The SEC just in general has been
Oh yeah.
A revitalization.
Florida's
really
still
coming
undefeated.
alive. Right now, they're looking like the best
Yeah.
basketball conference, which are like, we don't see that.
It
Florida
used to
almost
be
lost
ACC,
last night,
used to be Big Ten.
What
The
was
Big
it?
East.
Big
has
East.
Purdue and
Yeah,
all
dude.
them.
If they brought that back, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you're gonna start. UConn obviously won back-to-back, so that's like obvious. But old school Syracuse, Villanova's won in a couple. That's just a hotbed of talent, man.
Yeah.
You recruit those high school. You don't need to recruit AAU kids. You can go to high schools in Philly, and obviously we've seen UConn do it. Just go to those high schools in that area and get the number 1, number 2, whoever, because they've been battling each other. Put them all on the same team. We're gonna be putting in work, boys. Shout out Caveman.
Oh,
It's just what it is, dude. It's different. It is, dude. When you got that moxie, dude, that regional rivalry, it's
You
different.
compete.
Yep.
Yeah, you compete a lot differently.
Your spot's gonna be taken.
You've heard all the stories.
Your boy's
about
gonna
that
take your
Villanova
spot.
team with Jalen Brunson and Mikal
Yeah.
Bridges and
Shout out Dante
Josh Hart,
DiVincenzo.
DiVincenzo.
Yeah.
The stories about those practices and like that locker room experience. It's exact. That's like there's no wonder that we're winning championships.
Yeah. Yep.
That's just the recipe for success.
It really is, dude. Yep. Conquer and divide.
Chemical X competitors like Powerpuff Girls.
Hey,
You gotta have
listeners out
competitive
there,
spirit.
what are your thoughts on early season NBA action? It doesn't, for us, it just doesn't match,
Can't hit yet.
the excitement you get watching NFL games right now. And then like playoff baseball into like the heat of the NFL season, and then it's just like this.
You remember when everybody called Kenny Smith nuts a couple years back when he said the NBA season shouldn't start until Christmas?
Oh yeah,
Remember that? And they're like, "You're an idiot, Kenny Smith," and he's like, "Actually, I'm kind of right."
he is.
The
Yeah,
WNBA is going to lose more money now because the ratings are so bad. That's like
Hard to not fathom.
bad marketing, bad coaching.
Yeah.
Can't even blame the WNBA, honestly.
No.
People are just stupid.
We've talked about it on the show before. Change where the season starts, dude.
gotcha. 'Cause
Put them in their own thing.
like basketball is like the newest sport to the American, but like to America's like cultural
It's the newest.
space. Yeah, like hockey's been around longer. We've had baseball. It's the oldest sport in America. Football's been going since World War One.
Right.
And college ball's been going since the
And that was the more
1800s.
popular thing over the NFL back in the day.
Yeah.
It wasn't even close what was more watched.
I mean, heck,
college football was like the most watched sport in the world.
I mean, it took like a couple decades for the NBA to like surpass horse racing.
Yeah. Right. It's in my lifetime, games were on tape delay.
Right.
Like,
And I don't know. Like I like watching basketball. Playoff
I do too.
basketball
Playoff
is
basketball is
is
awesome.
exciting.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And I just wish they would stop trying to like compete with older, more ingrained sports in American culture that they're just gonna win.
Like baseball even has rivalries.
Yeah.
Baseball, they have bench clearing brawls in the fan.
Right.
They showed on ESPN. Nobody gets their panties in a bunch. Guys aren't getting suspended left, right, and Sunday. Yeah, we'll give you a game. Well, there's 162. Even if you give them a game in the NBA, there's 82 games, and you guys load manage anyway. Very real. Bro, John Stockton played 82 games a year, every year, 9 years in a row. And you wonder why I had 15,000 assists.
Pretty easy to rack
And
up
still
assists when you're doing that.
scored 17 points a game.
That's why I don't want the seasons to be shortened, because like there could be another player that comes in and is like, we could have the next GOAT in the future, obviously. Like it's
right.
Like people are going to pass each other. But I think if the
Records will
season
always be
gets
broken.
any shorter, they're like, how are these records going to be broken? How does somebody get past 15,000
That's a good point.
assists if they're
That's a
not
great
playing
point.
it? Like they got to have an 82 game season too to get past
Right,
that,
right.
pretty much,
That's
and
true.
be better than John Stockton.
That's true.
I mean, I like
That's a
that.
very good
the
point,
idea of
Katie.
starting the season on Christmas, because then you get those like extra like 2 months. You're kind of ending
Your
like
first games of the season are Christmas Day games.
Yeah.
You can
that'd
take
be
back
hype.
because now the NFL's playing Christmas. Nobody's watching the NBA games on Christmas.
Yeah.
You know
If
what I mean?
there's football.
But if
yeah.
you start that season and you have a little bit of rivalry,
That
these
was a
two
little
players.
that competes
Remember
with the NFL
last
a
year
little
when this
bit.
guy took his legs in? And they got into a little.
Like, the
Oh.
championship team against the team they beat in the playoffs. Like, let's go. Like,
You know.
you know,
Oh, like imagine
Hype that up.
Celtics, Knicks this year in the play, or like even Pacers, Knicks first game of the year on Christmas. That would compete with last year's Raiders and Chiefs game on
dog,
Christmas.
because like
100%.
the
that
NBA
would compete.
the NBA starting
100
the
ratings
NBA
wise. 'Cause
starts
no one,
their-
no one likes the Chiefs. The Raiders suck.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna watch
Yeah.
basketball over that.
the NBA is starting their season on a random Tuesday in the middle of October.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, people at work and like
Yeah.
they're busy.
Even sports betting,
Random
like in the
Tuesday.
NBA, is way lower than it, like the handle. Like I listen to a couple that follow the money market and all the sports. NBA is like tier 4.
Jeez.
More people like to bet with like the player props rather than like the sides and totals.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Just
That is
because like
where it's
nobody, it's easier to predict who's going to play. You know, like, oh, I'll just go on. Oh, this guy might not play. No big deal. Go on to the next game. You know what I mean? Like they don't bet the money line. Like it's not like baseball and hockey. I mean, I know NFL is number 1, but in sports betting wise, it's not even. I mean, it's like 3-1 hockey over the NFL right now. Just because of the amount of games and how the totals, and it's like one of the biggest sports betting markets in the world is hockey totals. I could tell you something I saw last week. It's almost, in fact, like $180 million a day gets bet on hockey totals.
God.
Like it's really
Oh my
like a
God.
because Canada overseas markets now can bet on American sport. It's really a large. You're like, oh, how is that even possible? Because the NFL like Super Bowl games get like that, and they're betting that a day in hockey totals. It's kind of wild, dude.
I
It
didn't
really
realize
is.
that. Wow.
Oh, it is, dude. And so it's like you see like this revitalization in the NHL. Hey, there's rivalries. There's you can't fight really like that anymore in hockey, but you're allowed one.
You are, yeah.
You're allowed one. You know, my guy gets got. I'm allowed to get your guy. You see Connor McDavid and Alexander Ovechkin, Connor Bedard, they're throwing down. Cindy Crosby, they're all throwing down.
Right.
The top guys aren't afraid to get nasty, muck it up a little bit.
That's why people are more willing to tune into hockey because, like, oh yeah, it could be a boring game. Then all of a sudden, here comes a fight. You know,
Right.
Crazy fight.
You know,
A
I'm
highlight
not gonna let it
happens.
happen. Yeah,
Perfect for social media. Yeah, I'm not going to watch a Senators Bruins game. Like, who cares? But guess what? Brad Marchand cheap shotted somebody and got his jaw broke on live television. Kind of cool.
Yeah.
You know,
Bring some hype
it's
in.
just
It brings some hype in for
America
sure.
and humans are nuts already. Like we love all that overseas stuff. Like we like violence and carnage. Okay, I'm
Yeah.
not saying you got to do that in the NBA, but like, man, like, allow me to stand next to somebody who's shooting a 3 and not have it be a foul.
drama sells. You know, a little bit of
Fun
a
fact:
little bit of adversity. People enjoy that.
bring back the hand check, NBA, please. Anyway,
Save the
I
league.
digress.
Save the league.
Well, all right. That was a little tangent we got on. We're gonna head to
Save the-
another music break here. When we come back, it's in the pick'em time,
Pick 'em.
and it's
My
crazy
favorite
week
segment.
coming up.
I can't wait to see what Caveman has on this.
Oh yeah, I'm dying to know what
Fingers
he's
crossed.
got.
Your mom's gonna
Saints,
hate
Packers,
me. Your
Monday
mom's
Night
gonna hate
Football.
me.
I don't know, man. My mom loves everybody. We'll find out though. Plenty more coming up. Military Broadcast Radio.
That desert sun, it burns my eyes. It burns your picture in my mind. It brings the chaos that I find. Feels like I'm running out of time. the silence of the night. I've got to ride 100 miles. 100 days on that front line. Feels like I'm running out of time. Heartbreaker, you ain't gonna break me down. 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 You ain't gonna break me down. You ain't gonna break me down.
Military Broadcast Radio, the station that's giving veterans a voice.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
We are back. We are live to the final whistle, getting a history lesson from my mom about the Detroit Pistons back in 1941, coming to Zollner Pistons. Kyle, number one commenter, number one arch enemy of Till the
Number
Final
one
Whistle.
hater, man.
Number one hater, dude. Like, he hates us, pain and misery. Can you just crown me first place winner in the pick 'em league? It's been nice sitting at the top all
You be
year.
getting lucky.
I mean, Caveman, how have you not put like metal shards in this guy's coffee? Like, what are we doing, dude?
Like getting lucky.
We need some
One's
sabotage,
something.
brother.
He's getting lucky.
Roll him
Super
off the
glue,
game, yeah.
super glue his phone into like lock mode so he can't like open it up. You know,
So it's always off.
Yeah. There
Can't
you
log
go.
in to run your pool
can't even,
anymore.
don't even like let him log
You're
in.
giving me ideas now, Kyle.
You
You're
know,
done.
it's like,
You're
come
done
on.
for.
He is he's got 10 wins over the next closest people. I got caught by I know nothing in Rogers Revenge.
I've had
I
a
goofed
couple
around
awful
too much
weeks. Yeah, I tried
this
to
week.
pick a bunch
I
of-
picked way too many upsets and,
Yeah, same here. I think I had like 5
and
wins.
underdogs. Yeah. I think I had 10, but it was like, yeah,
I
it was
picked
just-
the Bears over the Lions, dude. But I needed to make up something.
I went
you
with
know.
like the Panthers, the Browns.
I did go with the Panthers too, and the Browns also.
Um,
Yeah,
the Dolphins, like all big underdog teams. I picked
Yeah.
I should have picked the Seahawks side. I don't know what the hell I was thinking.
yeah.
I
picked the Packers.
don't- Don't bet against Jimmy's Packers, man. But Kyle,
We're a
yeah,
wagon
he's
at the end of the year, man.
good. 150 wins on the season, 10 win advantage over the next closest people here. The Cheese, man. I know nothing, and Kyle all had the crazy weeks last week, all going 14-1. I was 11-4.
14-1.
Yeah,
Wow.
they all only missed one. So
Good stuff, though, man.
those guys are killing it. So we're gonna get into the picks this week, though. I'm gonna take it a little more seriously, and we're gonna actually. not too many underdogs and upsets this week because that kind of burned me. It's like all 4 of my losses were picking underdogs.
Yeah.
Did for me too.
You got to go with a few upsets, but
we all picked,
especially when you're picking, and you're so far behind, you got to make up, a couple picks.
I am Thursday night. I got to go with my Broncos. They're only 2.5-point dogs on the road going to LA.
I actually got you guys here.
Yeah, I'm riding with my guys here because like I said, I'm picking them until they show me a reason I shouldn't. Something to keep in mind: Surtain banged up. Will Riley not Moss be good with the knee? Going to be certainly interesting to see how our secondary looks and what the injury report is looking like for that. In fact, I got it right here on covers. The Chargers have a ton of guys hurt though, which is good for us. Riley Moss is going to be out. Brandon Jones, he's got an injured abdomen, so he's a little bit of a question for game time. So these are secondary, a little banged up. Who knows what's going to go on there? But Herbert's dealing with an injury. They're going to be missing Will Dissly for the Chargers. Jalen Reagor, he's out. Ladd McConkey's questionable with a knee. Khalil Mack dealing with an injury. They're going to give him a rest game. Joey Bosa's dealing with a hip injury. Trey Pipkins, he's going to miss this game, nursing an injury. Denzel Perryman is questionable with a groin injury. So Denver's coming in as the healthier team. Don't have a ton of depth, and it's it'll be interesting to see how we adjust in that game plan with our couple of key guys in our secondary banged up a little bit. But I'm going with the Broncos still. We're gonna take them here. Next game, we got Kansas City
Broncos too there.
They're hosting the Houston Texans. Texans 2.5-point road dogs. I honestly think you gotta rest Patrick Mahomes with that ankle. I imagine Carson Wentz should start. He should start, in my opinion. Looking at the injury report here,
both are really banged up. The Texans, oh my God.
They don't have Mahomes listed on the injury report here. We'll see. DJ Humphrey, he's going to be out. So big, that's a tackle that's out for the Chiefs. That's going to be pretty big for them. Mahomes not listed. I mean, it'd be kind of surprising if he does play. If you're the Texans, though, you got Joe Mixon. Looks like they might be resting him a little bit. He's dealing with an injury. We'll see if he plays. Nico Collins does have a bit of an injury he's dealing with. He was a limited participant. We'll see if he plays. Tunsil also banged up. D'Amico Autry, he's dealing with an injury. Jalen Scruggs, offensive lineman for the Texans, he's going to be out. Couple more guys on the line. Broker and Green for the Texans, questionable. They got Jalen Hill, or Jamal Hill rather, for the Texans. He is questionable with a knee injury. Both teams got some injuries going into this. Mahomes not listed on the report, but
full practice participant yesterday.
He does have that ankle injury.
Kyle.
I mean, if I'm Kansas City, I try to give them one game. I guess they're gonna let them roll with that. It's just it would make sense to me to have them sit while you have a home game against the Texans, because you got to go to Pittsburgh next week, if I remember correctly. Yeah. I am taking the Texans in this one, though. We're rolling with Houston. Who do you guys got?
I'm going Chiefs, man. They just find a way to get lucky every time. They find a way to get lucky, man. We got to make a comeback on Kyle. We got to stop messing around. My one pick at the end.
As much as I'd want to pick Houston, the Dark Magic, man. If Jameis can't overthrow the Dark Magic,
God's strongest soldier.
KC at home, I mean, that's just a tough. I don't know. Yeah. I probably just got to pick KC. Just
Humphreys is out. The tackles they brought him in to show up the tackle position. that's been real shaky all year for Kansas City. Now you got a pretty good pass rush trio there on the edge with Hunter and Will Anderson Jr. I think Mahomes on a bad ankle, not going to be as mobile. I think that can play to the Texans' advantage.
Point spread is 2.5.
Their secondary is still the secondary for the Texans is pretty healthy. It's just their trenches a little banged up. I like Houston to get a win here. So
Plus 132 on the money line.
I'm taking Texans here.
bad.
I can understand why you guys don't want to pick against the Chiefs.
It's not a bad pick. I just can't.
Yeah.
They're
All
just the
right.
Chiefs.
Ravens Steelers here. I'm going with the Ravens.
Oh yeah, me too.
Yeah, they got beat last time in Baltimore, in Pittsburgh. Now they're hosting the Steelers. This seems like one of those classic years where the Ravens and Steelers split 1-1 and the home team wins the matchup. So give me Baltimore.
Baltimore 6.5 on the point spread.
TJ Watt. I'm going to look at the injury report real quick, but he did get hurt late at the end of that game. And the all-time, the Steelers are 1-11 when TJ Watt does not play.
Wow. Dude, the Steelers are 8-2 in head-to-head matchups in their last 10.
They've been pretty good.
You know, they won this year.
They did, yeah.
You know,
but
you beat them last year twice.
A lot of guys actually here dealing with some injuries. Najee Harris, Cam Hayward, Mike Williams, Patrick Queen, George Pickens is going to miss another game.
Is he really?
He is, yep.
What happened to him? Is he at the protocol?
It's a hamstring.
Hamstring. Yeah, those are always tricky.
Pull the hammy.
Yeah.
Deshaun Elliott's going to be out. So a couple of key guys out on both sides of the ball. TJ Watt
gets those guys ready to play.
Yeah. I just don't know if TJ Watt's going to play.
Yeah.
We'll
I probably
see.
got to go Baltimore.
Yeah, I'm taking Baltimore.
I probably got to take Baltimore.
Next matchup, Cleveland at Cincinnati. Give me the Bengals. They honestly put themselves back in playoff position here.
They really did.
I mean,
With Indy and the Dolphins both losing.
They do have some tiebreakers. They would need to run it out and everybody
Yeah.
will lose out.
It's
Miami
still
losing
shaky
last
with the
week helped them out a
defense.
lot.
It did. I think at home against Cleveland.
If
They should be
sneak
fine.
into the 7th seed, dude, that's a scary 7th seed.
Yeah, for
At-
sure.
At
'Cause
9-8,
They're going to have to win out, so they're going to be coming in the playoffs hot.
with a lot of momentum.
Oh,
They're going to be rolling.
boy,
They're
my
already
Broncos
rolling.
have
They're
to play
just
them
losing.
next week. That makes me nervous.
It's in Denver.
It's in
In
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati.
Man,
Yeah.
dude. Knock out your competition.
That's
Because
a-
if you
got a
because if you
chance to
win,
do
you
that.
knock them out.
Yeah,
It's
they're
not
done.
You
losses,
win, they're
done.
out.
You know what I mean? Dang, dude, that's kind of crazy, bro.
I was why beating the Chargers would be huge though, because then if we drop that game, but we beat the
Right.
Chargers,
that
that's
sort of washes, and you're
yeah.
still in that 6th seed.
the Chargers would be the ones at risk of getting jumped by what's their name? The Bengals.
Bengals, yeah.
All right. Our next matchup here, Giants at Atlanta. I guess give
Wow.
me the Falcons.
Yeah, Falcons are going to win like
Yeah, let's go
15 and
Panics.
9.
Let's go Panics.
I just don't know, like whoever the quarterback is going to be for the Giants. I think it's just their downfall.
They might score 18
Tommy DeVito and
points
Drew
this
Lock are
week.
both hurt, so like Tim Boyle
No way,
going in
really?
there. Dude, he came in at the end of the game against the Ravens. The
I didn't even watch that game though.
How
It
does
was
he stay on a
It was
team?
over at halftime. The Ravens were like
Yeah.
28 to nothing.
Nothing, yeah.
How does he stay on a team?
So
That is
I'm
crazy,
going
dude.
with the Falcons.
A-Rod. A-Rod. That's it. That's his friend. And he's
It's-
playing for a freaking New York team. What do you
Yeah.
mean? You know,
It's going to be
What
an
are we talking
ugly game that the Falcons are going to win because it's a rookie quarterback going up against a pretty ferocious pass rush.
yeah, totally.
And I'm not too bad. Like a secondary that is at least respectable in some regards. They got some players back there. So,
Yeah.
but home field advantage and the Giants are just such a dumpster fire that I'm going to
Yeah,
give
let's
the
go
edge to
Panics.
the
Let's go Panics.
8.5
8.5 point
here.
favorites are the Atlanta Falcons. I think that's a little bit too much.
That's high
That's
for
a-
That's
having
a pretty
way
high.
too
That's a pretty high
much.
point spread. Minus 425 on the money line for the Falcons, which I cannot trust. 8.5. That's a lot of points, dude, for
Yeah.
a crap team that.
Anyways.
Stay away from that.
Yeah,
one.
I'm
Easiest
staying away
pick of
from
the
that.
week, the Buffalo Bills hosting the New England Patriots. Yeah, give me that. Bills by 20.
That spread is
Easily.
14, so yeah. Bills by 20 for sure.
Could be another blizzard game.
Yep.
Detroit going to play the Chicago Bears. Detroit desperately needs a win. Chicago's a punching bag of the North. I'm going with the Lions, even though they're banged up.
Yep.
And it's in Chicago. The Chicago's also just a dumpster fire.
They're
They can't
bad.
do anything.
It's a bad team playing bad football in a bad stadium
Just
with a bad owner,
horrendous.
bad coaching,
Yeah.
bad players. It's
I think
a
the
bad
Lions
thing all
will
around.
finally be able to get some pass rush generated, with that, how terrible Chicago's offensive line
Give me
is.
one bright spot for the Chicago Bears, though. Some positive, like name one thing where you're like, that's good.
Montez Sweat's a pretty good pass
Montez
rusher.
Sweat. That's it.
He has
Jalen-
2 sacks this season.
Jalen Johnson's all right. He was making some
Jalen
plays,
Johnson
though.
is all right.
Yeah.
But Sweat gives the Bears nothing.
Romo Dunze looks like he's got some potential.
He's okay. Yeah.
But
Yeah, you're right about Jalen Johnson. I do like him.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
all right.
Not much though.
Not much, though. Yeah.
Just to prove the point though.
It's
What?
a short list.
So this is the stoppable object or stoppable force meets movable object. Tennessee Titans versus Will Levis versus Indianapolis and Anthony Richardson. Maybe it might be Mason Rudolph. Who knows?
Going Colts.
On one side of the ball, we're going to see the quarterback have a 33% completion percentage. The other quarterback's going to have 7 turnovers.
Give me the Titans, dude.
It's in Indy. Colts need a win. I'm going to go with
going-
Indianapolis
I'm
here.
going
going-
Colts.
I'm going Titans just because it's Indianapolis. They have nothing too, so it's like, and just give me the underdog.
Fair enough.
You
Fair
know,
enough.
division team, 2 crap teams. I'll take the underdog. Those crap teams win those close
Yeah,
games in
12
the
to
division.
6.
And then they're like last 10, like they've played. They played the Indianapolis Colts pretty good. They're 6-4 in their last 10 head-to-head matchups.
Hey.
So
Good point there. All right, Arizona going to Carolina. You know what? I took you last week, Bryce Young. I believed you, and you let me down.
Yeah.
yep.
Am I crazy for going with you again this week? No, I'm not, because I'm going with the Cardinals. I'm not. I don't trust
like
you.
I like it.
Can't do it.
Yeah, can't do it.
Arizona 3.5-point favorites on the road. Team that definitely needs a win. Still alive. They're at 7-7 there.
Outside shot.
Yeah.
They need some help.
Winning definitely helps. This game, you got to take care of business. One of those teams where I think they can, they're going to be able to run the ball really well. Like Arizona's offense is humming when James Conner is going, and Carolina's run defense is just
Just awful.
atrocious. Yeah, very bad.
It's non-existent.
Have you gone over the Rams and Jets game yet?
Not yet.
That's
I
actually
didn't
the one of the next ones up. So Rams and Jets. I'm going with LA. I know it's
Going
weird.
LA.
You got to go across the country.
It's a weird matchup, but the Rams.
More than
man.
game, but Rams are just. I think Sauce Gardner's gonna get.
I'm gonna
Bullied
do it.
by.
You're going with the Jets,
Don't do
man.
it, no, Jimmy.
We're gonna watch the show on Friday, and you're gonna
Do it.
change your pick.
Oh no!
I'm gonna do it.
Don't do it, Jimmy. Don't do
Jimmy,
it.
No,
I'm gonna do it.
Don't you dare.
don't pick Aaron.
Don't.
I'm doing it, dude.
Don't pick him.
Should I
Oh.
do it?
No,
I'm gonna do it, dude.
no,
I'm gonna do it,
bro.
Don't do it to yourself,
No.
Jimmy.
bro.
Not the Jets.
Aaron Rodgers has a revitalization with Devontae Adams right now.
That's true.
I'm going. They're plus 145 on the money line.
says do it.
They're the home team. They're the underdog. I've been riding
Do
the
it.
Rams because the Rams. This is a game where like the Rams could win by 3 touchdowns. I wouldn't be shocked, right? If I told you the final score 38-17, no big deal.
That
Right.
makes sense. Yeah.
Going across the coast to coast game against a desperate team. Aaron Rodgers and his ego. Very good record against Matt Stafford in his career. Very good record.
That's true.
The New York Jets throw their record out of the way. The fighting New York A-Rods are going to wake up and play some football.
The Jets do like to wait until they're eliminated from playoff contention
Before they start
and then
playing
play
games.
like really
Now they're
well.
having
I'm
Yeah.
telling you.
2 back-to-back really good football
They're
games.
Well, all
coming
they can do
in
is
with
hurt
some
their draft
momentum.
pick.
The LA Rams are probably going to take this game easy. It's a non-conference game for the Rams, so this doesn't hurt them in their playoffs. I'm going
That's right.
Jets, bro.
I mean,
Oh.
Seattle's
I'm going
right on the
Jets.
tail.
I'm going +3. I'm going money line. Just a little birthday. How you doing? Keep
There
it
you
moving.
go.
Sprinkle on the money line. Nothing crazy.
All right.
Some little Caesar's money.
Fair enough.
Come on, A-Rod.
I can't trust that.
If
So
I-
I'm going with.
I might run into oncoming traffic on the Monday Football Frenzy show if we lose.
I'm still going with the Rams, but I like the
That's
confidence.
totally
Just wait till we watch this documentary on Friday, and you're gonna change your pick by the end of the show. You're gonna change your pick by the end of the show.
I probably could, man.
Halfway through.
Just nope, can't do it. I'm done. I'm out.
Jets.
As soon as I watch him put on that war paint to drink ayahuasca, I'm probably, bro, just sit in your sweet basement and just smoke some DMT, bro. You don't have to do all this extra shit. You're not gonna get your soul back. You already sold it.
Devil's already got that.
The devil already got it, dude. He took away your superpowers, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're over here putting dots and shit on your forehead. Like, come on, bub. You know, your ancestors don't care about you.
Fellas, I cannot wait. If you haven't heard, Friday morning, in lieu of the Revel experience,
Oh yeah.
the Whistle
A
Boys
special.
Oh yeah.
will be back to do a live reaction to the Aaron Rodgers documentary. We'll be
on Netflix.
We're watching it.
We're watching it.
breaking it down,
We're gonna have the couch
scene
in
by
here.
scene with
Yeah,
you.
we're bringing the couch in.
It's gonna be a good time.
It's gonna be
Nice
exciting. Don't
Friday
miss
morning.
Yes, it will be.
Good
This
way
Friday
to wake
morning.
up.
Good way to start your Friday off.
Yeah, let's watch Aaron Rodgers do drugs on Netflix and talk
Yeah.
about how introspective he is.
Throw herbs on his torn
Yeah.
Achilles.
Yeah. You get to watch him go in the darkness retreat, which lets me know, like, so you had a camera crew there. We just didn't know it. You just did that for publicity.
Was it really a darkness retreat if they're filming you?
Zero
for the entire
chance that
time?
he stayed in that dark room that entire time without coming out.
Oh,
Zero
absolutely.
chance.
He wouldn't do it.
Absolutely no chance. He did whatever he said, like 72 hours, no light, not even a pinprick of light. He said he overemphasized on McAfee, no light. So if you're going to like try to convince me that there was absolutely zero light, all darkness, I for sure definitely don't believe you.
Bro did the photo shoot at the darkness retreat, then got all the
Had a Netflix crew there.
yeah, he got all the pictures and all the filming done. Everybody left, and he's like, I'm gonna go hang out at my suite at the Four Seasons.
Zero chance. He stayed in that room for 3 days straight with no darkness,
There's no way.
with no light.
There's no way.
All right, guys. Eagles, Commanders for the division for Philly. They beat
If they beat
Washington.
him here, they got.
They
the
lock
division.
up the East, and I think they do it. Washington's just they got a lot of holes,
They're super
and
young.
against this like
Really
That
They
young
got to play
Eagles
some
team.
desperate football, though, man.
Yeah.
You know, I definitely
sure.
got the Eagles, though.
they kind of victimized them last
Washington is only 3-point underdogs at home, which is pretty good.
time. It,
That is.
certainly
But I really like
interesting.
Philly by a touchdown.
Yeah, me too. All right. I know you need the Vikings to lose this game against Seattle, but I'm not
It's gonna
seeing
be
it.
tough, yeah, especially if Geno Smith doesn't play.
Even if he's
Like
banged
Graham Harrell.
up behind that offensive line with how much the
Yeah,
Vikings
it's gonna
blitz.
be tough.
Like Graham Howell is a backup.
Sam
like,
Howell.
Sam Howell, yeah, whatever.
Commanders
Graham
guy
Harrell,
from last year.
whatever his name is, yeah, like, you know, it's tough.
A lot of injuries over here for the
Yeah, it's
the
rough.
Seahawks as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
They're going to be without Jarek Reed. He's hurt. They got a doubtful corner in Artie Burns. DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett are both dealing with injuries. Same with Nwosu. He's dealing with an injury. Kenneth Walker is doubtful again. Hankins is
Yeah.
dealing with some injuries. Forsyth, he's going to be out with a hand injury. Michael Dixon got banged up in their last game.
Jeez.
That's their punter. So it's
Yeah. He did punt in the Sunday night game, though.
yeah. Mafe, he's dealing with a little bit of an injury. It's just like even guys that are good that might play, a lot of injuries. I don't know how Geno's going to play, and
Kind of like a knee strain. Well, they did call him like day to day, but
yeah. I mean, he's not. They don't have him listed on the injury report here on covers, so it's like maybe he's
Yeah.
good to go. But even still, just with
Yeah,
the
probably
way
got
his leg
Minnesota, man.
twisted,
yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna.
he
I think
He just
Minnesota's
jumped
going to
and
be
like a guy was there. Like, what do
Yeah.
you do? Like, just one of those weird plays.
I think Minnesota's going to be hunting there. All right, the battle of teams tanking, Jacksonville and Las Vegas.
Oof. Dog with fleas game, dude.
We're gonna.
I'm going with the Jags.
That's a tank for Hunter.
Cash that Brian Thomas Jr.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Yeah, I'm going with
Cash that.
Jacksonville.
Death, taxes, and Brian Thomas Jr. anytime.
Cash that this weekend.
Bro, I'm 7-1. When
Brian
I bet,
Thomas
when I
player
bet
props.
player props on Brian Thomas.
About
Jr.
to be 8.
Dude,
Who's guarding
I've
him?
been
Jack
crushing
Jones?
it with that
No
guy,
way.
dude.
He's
I've
scoring
been
this
crushing
week.
it.
Oh yeah, for
It's been
sure.
fantastic to watch.
I mean, if I think it's going to be Desmond Ritter again. O'Connell's still
He's still injured, I think.
still hurt. Even if O'Connell's in there, like, oh my god, the Raiders are just so bad.
Yeah,
Yeah, his
They're so
knee
bad.
out,
Michael,
ankle for
or I mean,
Jacoby
Max
Meyer.
Crosby
Oh,
might not play.
I got Jacksonville, and like the money line is basically a pick 'em too, and the spread is only 1. I think you can pretty much just shoe in Jacksonville because at
Yeah.
least they're showing fight. You know, they're at least. I mean, like they're gonna lose and they're playing bad football, but like they're still gonna they're still trying. I don't think they've gone full New York Giant, Las Vegas Raider tank mode.
They put up some points last year.
Mac
Do it
Jones
against-
played all right. He's been playing okay.
Do it against a bad Raiders defense without their
I don't
best
know
pass
if
rusher.
Trevor Lawrence is playing in this game or not, but
All
I'm
right.
not
I don't even
sure.
know what's going on with him. Really, I didn't
He's
even
still
know he
on
was
their
out.
injury report.
Is he?
Yeah.
What was he dealing with? I didn't even see because I haven't really paid attention other than Brian Thomas Jr.
T-Law, he got knocked out by Aziz
Oh,
Al-Shaair.
that's right. So he's probably still in the
And-
protocol or whatever.
Yeah, I think they're just and like with the way the season's going, they just said done for the year.
And we gave
Keep-
him a bag, so he might as well get
Yeah,
him
they're
healthy.
like, all right, let's not like expose him to further brain trauma.
Yeah.
The season's cooked. All right, next game we got Miami versus San Francisco. This game is in Miami.
Sneaky good game, dude.
Could be interesting.
Sneaky good game.
Give me Miami, man. Give me Miami.
I kind of want to take the Dolphins here.
Give me Miami.
Rebound win. The Niners have been struggling this year. It's gonna be a close one.
It's gonna be Mike
But-
McDonald is gonna beat Kyle Shanahan.
I think
No idea what the record is between those two, but we saw Mike McDonald's record against teams above 500, so probably not too good of a record against Kyle Shanahan.
Trent Williams
Same
is gonna.
friend going across the country. Two coaches that are familiar in the same system. Mike McDaniel coming from that Shanahan tree.
Trent Williams
He's
is
gonna
going to
get
be
it
out
this
in this
time.
one.
I think he's gonna get him this time.
I kind of like Miami, man.
Going
Again,
with
just
Miami.
a lot of injuries
Yeah,
for San Francisco. Then you're going across the country. You know, Miami needs to. I mean, if they're going to make the playoffs as a 7 seed, 6 seed, this is
They need to win here.
as much of a must-win game as you could imagine.
That offense, it really clicks at home too.
It does.
You know.
Yeah.
Nick
That Diamond or Lenore matchup with Tyreek Hill is going to be
It'd be
a
interesting.
rock fight, though.
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
That's
Because
gonna be
Lenore
good.
makes it dirty and Tyreek Hill likes to make it dirty, but he'll set you up to route run you, you know. He's okay to make it a rock fight, but he's going to get his too.
Mhm.
He kind of got shut down last week. I think he's has a bad taste in his mouth. At home
Jalen
now,
Waddle's questionable. I think is he still on the injury report? So
I did see him on the
Seeing-
injury report.
probably more targets
He
for
is,
Tyreek
yeah.
Hill. If
Hamstring
Jalen Waddle
injury.
doesn't play or
Yeah,
like
those
is
are
limited.
tricky.
That's tough. Although Beckham, I keep forgetting he's on the Dolphins.
These teams last played in 2022. San Fran won 33-17.
I was back when San Francisco was good and they had a winning record, so the Dolphins couldn't beat them.
Just
That's
getting
crazy.
just
Just saying.
catching strays over here, dude.
That's
That's
amazing.
that's
Love it.
brutal.
All right.
Love it.
Let's do Sunday night real quick because I think we're all going to be on Tampa
Sunday
Bay.
night football.
Yeah, Tampa Bay real quick.
Yeah,
And then
Tampa Bay.
the Monday night game, I want to give the
Give me the
last 5
floor.
minutes. That's all you,
Give me the floor.
Jimmy and Caveman. I'm just
Give me
going to
the floor.
say I'm taking the Packers in this one. I'm sorry.
Give me the floor. I'm going to tell you guys my prediction, okay? And then we're going to talk about what's really going to happen. All right?
Let's hear it.
Go-
all right.
Go on, Caveman.
So, the Packers looked pretty good last primetime game at home. It was cold. We talked about the Packers record, or Jordan Love's record not being so great in the cold, and he proved everybody wrong with a good win against the Dolphins. But the Saints, this is a team, man. This is one of those games you don't want to lose but the players are a little bit better than 5-9. I think some of the players on the team, the coaches on the team, are a little bit better than 5-9.
Is half your team out of the hospital now?
A little bit. They got a little bit of guys out of the hospital, but I mean, not Derek Carr. Who needs him anyways? It's going to be Saints win 26-20 in overtime, Jimmy.
26-20 in overtime.
Spencer Rattler gets the game-winning possession.
If we only score 20 points on this defense, I might actually throw my phone into oncoming traffic.
Who dat? Rat dat. Rattler with the game-winning possession.
No.
Rattler with the game-winning possession.
That, bro.
Game-winning possession from Spencer Rattler, baby.
Ooh, Alvin Kamara is dealing with an illness, apparently.
He got the flu. I'm just kidding. I don't know.
I
saw he's questionable.
Injured illness.
Yeah.
He's going to play. He's going to have 150 yards.
Now let's talk about what's actually going to happen.
Spencer Rattler will get sacked 5 times. He'll have 2 interceptions. Alvin Kamara will have a good game. Granderson will have a good game. Weakest part of our offensive line is definitely in the middle. So I could see Granderson making some plays.
Granderson, Brissett having some.
I could see them doing
some damage,
especially stopping the run up. That's going to be if you're not stopping Josh Jacobs, we win by 4 touchdowns.
Yep.
If Josh Jacobs can kind of, if you guys can like sort of bottle, even if he has like 14 carries for like 70 yards.
Oh, I'll take that any day, even if we lose.
I think you only lose by 2 touchdowns if you sort of maintain, because that's secondary. And Jordan Love right now, they're humming. Christian Watson, Romeo Doubs is healthy.
Doubs is healthy.
I just don't know who you're going to have at linebacker covering Tucker Kraft.
It's going to be
that's like Tucker Kraft could have.
It's going to be somebody
a 105 type game and 2 touchdowns.
I'm starting him again this week, Jimmy. If he puts a stinker up again, though, I'm going to be.
I think this is. I think this will be the game.
Prediction.
I'm throwing your phone in oncoming traffic, and Kraft puts up another 5-point performance.
I do think the Packers right now are 13.5 point. Oh man, these guys are killing me today. 13.5. I can't even get it to sentence up. It's 13.5 is the spread. Packer at home Monday night game.
Let's go.
Extra rest for the boys. Packers are probably cover that point spread 9 times out of 10.
By 6 in OT.
Saints are 5-4 in their last 10, but Green Bay did beat the Saints last year in Green Bay 18-17 in Jordan Love's second start as a quarterback. Still hung up 267 yards and 2 touchdowns and a game-winning drive down 17-0 in the fourth quarter.
That was a tale of 2 halves.
And it was like a light bulb went off, and Jordan, I can throw the ball and not just hand it off. Bet.
Yeah, it was a tale of 2 halves that game.
He had 4 passes in the first half.
We went up 17-0.
He had 18 in the second, had 250 yards and 2 touchdowns.
We had 17 unanswered in the first half, and then you guys went 18 unanswered in the second half.
Exactly. Yep. You remember.
That was a good game.
That was a very good game. Granderson had 2 sacks. I think that he's going to be one of the guys. Him and Kamara are always they're sort of our Achilles heel. They're going to get
their money.
I just think it's going to be too much, too little. And then these games like Monday night, all the primetime games, it always comes down to your quarterback. I know you just dropped the rat
Spencer.
Spencer, baby. On with that.
Come
bar,
on, Spence.
Dude. That was
Come on, Spence. Shout out to I'm live on he always calls in to all like this New Orleans sports shows. And he always says, "Yeah, I'm live." And then he says the most out of pocket stuff.
Yeah, I'm live. Oh yeah, okay.
Just wait. I got a clip for us. We're gonna react to it on Friday.
Cool.
We need to have reactions for it. We need to have our live reactions for these clips. So I got them ready for us for Friday.
Yeah. We also have a little bet for all the viewers and fans out there. Whenever for the Packers Saints game, Caveman's going to be doing a bajillion push-ups.
I will be.
It's how many push-ups for?
I thought it was going to be 10 push-ups for every point that you lose by, but if Caveman wants to do,
I thought we were doing by the total. So if it's like they scored 20, if we score 26 and win an OT like we are, then Jimmy has to do 260 push-ups.
Okay.
And if you guys have 33 points, 330 push-ups.
That's kind of a lot.
I think you might be doing 410 push-ups.
I think, yeah.
I think we're
going to
start
training.
at least 5 touchdowns.
I think
Caveman's gonna come in yoked.
Dude, start training. Yeah.
He's gonna be yoked up.
There's
on
not
that
like a
Wednesday
time
show.
limit on how long I got to do it.
No, we can.
It's just I got to
figure we
record
could
it
do
as
like a
life
speed
goes
up.
on.
Yeah. Do
Yeah.
them over a course of put them on TikTok. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah, it'll be like
And then
the
you can
Peeps
speed
guy.
it up where like the little.
Yeah, it'll be like the Peeps guy.
Yeah, like the Peeps guy. Can we confirm that he's still alive? By the
He
way,
is. He
okay.
is.
All right.
Yep.
I mean,
I was
he,
worried about.
he probably won't be for long. He's has
You
to work
ate
for a year. With,
7,000 kilotons of microplastic. Like, I mean, I'm
Oh,
worried about your
Peeps.
digestive health.
remember, I told you the other bet. He said he'd work for Dave Portnoy for free for a year if Ohio State lost to Michigan.
He's an Ohio State fan. Portnoy's Michigan fan.
Yeah, right.
He hates his life.
That's tough, dude.
And he's not getting paid for it anymore.
Dang, dude.
Pray for the boy, dude.
That's horrible.
We'll
Saints
see you
win
Friday.
26-20 in OT.
Packers
Stay
fan.
tuned on Monday. Stay
Packers
tuned on
40.
Monday.
We'll see you Friday, boys and girls. Enjoy your next couple days. Good night and good luck.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to Military Broadcast Radio. As we wrap up today's show, we want to remind you that the podcast of today's episode will be available right after we go off the air. So if you missed any part of the show or want to listen again, be sure to check it out. And remember, we're here to support and honor our veterans. Your stories and experiences matter, and we are committed to giving you a platform to share them. That's right. We're here to give our veterans a voice. So don't forget to catch the podcast and stay connected with us. Giving our veterans a voice.